New? It's for my headaches. It's the left one. Get it? Because gay people.
Oh my god!
Because gay people.
Why did
So, just so you guys know,
Why?
we're live right now.
Why did you turn? Yes, I know we're live. Why have we? Why the fuck have we? Oh my god! My microphone decided to change out of my fucking. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the Fate of Asharon. By the way, my painting is right here, in case anybody is curious. It's not gone, it's just the fucking thing's broke and now it's there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you broke the picture.
No, the picture is fine. The picture is fine. I'm not fucking with it. It just stays there for now. My flag's still hanging, which is all that matters, honestly. You know, Norway. Woo. Anyway, okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fate of Asharon. Last time we left off, actually, I don't think it's for me to say what happened last time we left off, and instead it's something that we will find out. Just all you need to know is watch chapter 1 and 2 if you're really curious. However, if there is a thing that you are interested to know about when it comes to chapter 1 and 2 is the very simple that...
I'm gonna...
Hold on. Is that the players got separated. And
yes,
that is what you need to know, really.
Which is why you should just go back and watch episodes 1 and 2 because they're two separate perspectives and we're about to hash out those perspectives.
Not only that, but also when this video comes out, well, like around the time when this is done, the stream is done, I will release Torfinn's Talk, which is going to be its own thing, which we are going to take part of as the second chapter as well. It's to keep in mind there. Also, if Bear does not show up, I will be recording something with them as well. Now, let's go ahead and just start off the session. All right. Last time we'll now
sounds like a podcast.
Huh? Oh.
Torfinn's Talk sounds like a podcast.
Yeah, fair, yeah. Okay,
Feel free to join in on Spotify.
I have decided that any decision that came up after the session will not happen as a causality now. However, you could have planned what you were going to say for the session, and I would honestly prefer that you did. It's just that you guys all decided to head towards the head with the king to have a discussion here with the other party. And vis-a-vis, I need to turn on music before I go insane. Oh, that is way too. Nope.
My dude just has 8 billion music tabs.
Yeah. That's not even that many tabs. I have more, just tabs.
Alright. And one of them is Wikidot because I'm sick and tired of Google.
People just use folders.
I do.
I did, but like, I can't be bothered to just make workspaces anymore. It's just annoying.
I have island tabs.
I can't be bothered to make workspaces anymore because they are a nightmare. Anyway, it's okay, where was I? Alright.
I might have a problem.
That is.
What is your problem?
What is your problem?
My World 20 won't work.
You be.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you the standard question. Have you turned it off and back on again?
It's working.
Okay.
I'm going to set up my hair really quick. Now, you guys head up. You do. Towards each... hold on, let me just do this really quick. Alright.
I should probably get into my account.
Alright.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get off Deep Rook.
Okay, let's do this. As both party approaches one another, you see two centaur males coming across, one that is clad in beautiful armor of platinum color and gold, and what is clearly the king with a crown and a ceremonial armor. He's not wearing what he has. He's like wearing like a ceremonial style armor that is much too expensive. And staring at their armors, they are clearly channeled with magic. Both are plate armor, and the younger one has a giant hammer and what seems to be Greek texts written over his armor. And his hair all over his body is golden as well as his eyes. As for the old man, he seems to be holding a glaive, big in general. However, it seems like he uses it to walk himself forward behind them, you see that there is another centaur that has a helmet and a full set of armor, and he has medals that is upon his armor as well. However, this armor looks like plate armor, and it looks very well adorned. He looks highly decorated, and behind them you see a centaur that is neatly dressed and looks fine. Sorry. Wait, hold on. No, that is not... sorry. You and behind them, you see a minotaur that is standing. He looks finely dressed and stand taller than most, over 10 feet in height. Now, I want to let it be known, the guy with the giant hammer is 13 feet tall. The king is like 10 to 11 feet. And like the minotaur is 10 feet tall. He's massive, right? As for the centaur, that is like the general, he is also 10 feet tall. On the other side, you see that there is a beautiful centaur woman that is, for the other side, you see that there is a beautiful centaur woman that she is white and she does not wear any form of armor. However, she has a book on her side and she carries herself quite well. Her posture is straight and her body seems genuinely well. And when you look at her, you see wrinkles and other things to delineate that she is, of an older age. And beside you, you see there is a dwarf standing there, the shortest outside from many within this party of people. And certainly the shortest around the new people you are seeing. He's wearing a monocle and a star upon his chest with a bespoke suit. I don't know if that's the right term. Bespoke suit? I don't know.
Something very different.
I don't know. That looks nicely done, and you can see a golden buttons on this, as well as iron tip boots. You can.
Hello, hi. Sorry if I'm a little late. I'm guessing we started.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. No, I wanted to ask because I was a little busy and I thought I missed the
Nope, we just kind of did the intro.
Yes.
He's
Okay,
describing what we're seeing.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
And that's
information.
Yeah. Oh, you're all good. Don't worry about it. And outside from that, you see that the other party members standing side by side with the other faction, walking up with them. As you both approach each other, like both parties, the stare of the old man and the woman seems quite positive to begin with. The female centaur begins to speak. Hi there, Cleon. You look well, very well. Haven't aged at all since the last time I saw you. The smile, she smiles as she looks at him. And he takes his hand up, brushes his beard gently. Well, thank you, Asharon. I see you look well as well. Keeping quite well. And he brushes his hand over his hair a little bit. He looks down on you guys, the players, on the other side. Well, I see that you have a group of new companions about. Mercenaries, I'm guessing. He nods upon the players, upon, Asheron's side. And she speaks, well, I see that you have gotten a pair as well. They do seem to be capable of carrying themselves. And she nods upon the other part of the party. Like to the other members across the way.
Okay. I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a passive perception, or actually I'm gonna do an insight. I need a quick check on everybody who is opposing.
Are you including the other players?
That's actually who I'm most interested in right now.
Roll me an insight check here. I'm going to have you do this. And if anybody here believes you would roll an insight check upon the other players on the other side, any of you.
I mean, I'd assume,
Ooh,
like
dirty
myself, I'd assume that my teammates, from as far as I know, are friendly. So
yeah, well, and here's the thing, right? Like everybody who's on the opposite side from me, I was hoping that with my insight, what I'll be getting from you is just briefly tell me what I see. Right? Are you surprised to see me? Do you like, what's the general expression that you'll have?
Yeah, this is just like staring
I'm kind of
blankly at
lost because I kind of missed the intro.
Oh no, oh.
Oh, well, Golden, the point is that we are on opposing sides of two different armies.
Okay, so this is like the map is basically like a battlefield, let's say.
Well, this is more a hill of a meeting.
Yeah, this is a pre-battle meeting, and we have now just discovered that Eric has pit the party against each other.
Ah, fuck. Okay, all right. Hold on.
Sayus
I remember I needed to
completely
do something, but I
uninterested
don't
in this
remember
war.
what it was. Shit.
Okay.
This will be a
Sayus
lot
seems
worse if
completely
my friends have
uninterested.
amnesia.
Saris, you... Wait, are you the one that got the 14? Is Saris the one, or
No,
is that Julie?
as I wrote, Voxy is the second one. She got 14, and Sayus got 23.
Ibis is not bothering with insight, she's just like, what is happening right now? That's all that's going through your mind.
I
But
forgot.
it's more
Like
to
I
see
remember. Oh, sorry.
It's more like, why are we on opposing forces, and try to glean some information on why?
Bird, you're gonna hear in your head.
Oh, Drift also has message.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna hear in your head, just me basically saying, "Hey, this is crazy, isn't it?"
No, like, as soon as that happens, Ibis is audibly just like, sighs, like, oh my god, why? Just why?
I'm then gonna basically say this to all four of you and say, "Hey, I think we should have a meeting." Right?
Yeah.
My guy, that's why we're
Do you
here.
say this out loud?
No, I mean,
No,
I'm
with the message.
telepathically. I'm using my telepathy to telepathy to everyone that we need to have a party-only meeting.
Do you want me to give Saris and you the information upon the king, and also not on that, but on Asharon as well as the dwarf? And
Our insights on them?
Yes.
Absolutely. If you could do that, and then we'll do our little telepathy meeting.
you see that the Minotaur, first of all, the Minotaur, you see that his knuckles dusted and like hardened, and like not on that, he is you can tell that this guy is a monk by staring at him, right? His knuckles are very like dusted, but he's also but as you see his knuckles, you can tell that he's a monk, somebody that had but not only that, but he looks incredibly powerful, right? From what you're
Hold
able
on.
to.
Let me ask a targeted question, since I can tell you're trying to honor the 23 and the 20 insights.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask a question. What's this guy's demeanor? Does he seem like hostile, or does he seem like laid back?
The Minotaur? The Minotaur looks, I will give you a straight up answer. He looks like he is more laid back. He looks like, how do I put
Does he
this?
look confident as well?
Yes, incredibly so. And you see that he looks at Golden quite a lot. He does.
With like, okay,
A tinge of admiration, maybe. Maybe pride. You could sense a bit of pride in the
some respect or something like that.
I
Okay.
suppose.
What about the king? What's his deal?
The king looks like an from the
Sorry,
from
if you need to ask some questions, feel free to steal the spotlight from me.
the stance.
You've got a 23.
Trust me, I will get to Saris. Okay, so the thing is, the king is, he looks like a like well-postured man, very like well kept together. He looks, but he looks like a nice old man, if you were to guess, that is being driven to war. He does not. He looks like he kind of doesn't want to be here, but he also looks like, but he needs to be here. And he also looks at Asharon with
Would it be fair to
like
say
emotions, if that makes sense. And Asharon does the same
fair
back.
to say that? Is it fair to say that this kind of feels like a chore to him?
No. This personal. It's more. This is not a
Right, but like, is it one of those things where it's like he feels like he has no other choice?
This looks like this. Yes, correct.
So, okay, yeah, because what I'm trying to rule out is hatred or animosity.
No hatred
or,
in his eyes
greed.
at all. In fact, he looks a little bashful.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Anything noteworthy about the
hammer guy?
the Centaur warriors?
Okay, so the Centaur warrior, you can see with the giant hammer. You can tell that he's a paladin by the way that he looks. It's very clear. His armor is channeled with the power of a god, and he is also, but the hammer kind of gives him away as a paladin. As you stare at him, you see the resemblance between him and the king. There's clearly some relativeness there.
What about the Centaur chick in the back?
The chicken. That's a guy.
That's a dude. Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
The guy in the back is in full plate armor. He is very hard to gauge, but I'll give you something. He looks like from what you are capable of seeing, he looks like the most prepared for battle out of everybody. He has a shield. He has full plate armor. He is like fully kitted out. He is. His entire body is filled with horse armor and actual human armor on his top body.
Right.
Yes, and it's really hard to glean how he's feeling. He seems angry.
Well, and I don't... Oh, interesting. He seems angry.
He seems actually triggered. He looks like he's ready to kill somebody. He does. He does.
Interesting, but everybody else seems rather laid back.
Everybody else seems kind of laid back, and even the king looks like he is kind of bashful. Yep.
Okay.
As for you...
All right.
Saris, you see
there you go. Yeah.
You see that on the other side. You see the woman that he called Asharon, and he's Cleon Asharon. Just something to keep in mind. As you stare across, you see the Centaur woman. She looks also bashful. And she clearly, and as you see that she does something, she runs her hand over her finger. She does a second as she looks at Cleon, and she also is acting kind of bashful. I think that's the right term, anyway. Like she looks like she's kind of like she brushes her hair. There's clearly some sort of connection, I suppose you could say. And for the dwarf, this looks like any type of job for him. This looks like a typical day in the office. You could tell he's a decorated general within the dwarven army, And this looks like it's a deal with the, from what you're able to tell, this looks like a deal. Also, I should probably also tell you, Will, he looks like he's from the League of Beastmen, but you barely know any information, but if you were to guess, this is the representative for the League of Beastmen with the Minotaur. Any questions?
Minotaurs, yeah. Sorry, do you have any questions
Do
for
the
our
female do the female centaur look like she wants to be at war?
No. She looks like, I will give you it straight up, she looks like she doesn't want to be here any more than the king does.
And what about the dwarf? Does he look to be wanting to go to battle, or he's just here for the money?
Which one? There's three of us.
The eyes of a profiteer is the best way I could put it.
Understandable. He is a
One
dwarf
that's
after
actually
all.
important.
You're talking about this one here, this guy. I
The
forget his name.
general.
Yeah, the one that's not any
Ambitious
of us
is the best
players.
way I could put his eyes. He looks very ambitious, and it does not look like he cares whether. No, it looks like he cares about this war, but like it looks like he has a lot to gain. That's
Yeah.
Ulterior motive.
yeah.
He has a hidden agenda.
It makes sense. He wants the war in that sense that he can earn a lot out of it in one way or another.
See.
And
All right.
Go on.
So.
I
you have
wanted
a
to,
question? Sorry, go for it.
I wanted to ask something because I it's been such a long time that I completely forgot what my main
By the way-
objective was because we had a plan for something and I don't remember it. I just
Well,
wanted
yeah,
to
so
ask
here's-
back in what it
so-
was.
So here's the thing, right? Now that we're in this position, I want everybody to remember, I have basically telepathically linked all of us, right? I'm using my telepathy on everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically we're open for discussion now without, at any point you can say, I'm speaking telepathically, right?
This is where I am going to speak up because it's been such a long period of time.
Yeah.
We've
We just got done with everybody getting their insights read.
Yes.
Does anybody have anything that they need to say? Because the last thing that Ivory said was, we need to talk. Just us. Right? Are we going to, so I'm going to actually ask, I'm going to look at Sarius directly and be like, hey, should we prompt the leaders to have a conversation so that we can have a sidebar? Or should we force a sidebar?
I say back to Irie, I think it's a bad idea to not force anything at the moment.
All right, so we're.
Well, I do
wait,
agree
hold on.
with a
Can we
sidebar.
telepathically speak to each other?
Yeah, I have telepathy.
Okay, I was about to say because I don't think you can say that while the meeting was
Well,
happening.
message is a thing, but like he's big.
Yeah.
He has his
Some of-
feet. Telepathy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a telepath. I can read
Yeah,
all of
I'm
your
just
minds
gonna
and
nod.
speak to you for free.
I'm just gonna nod.
All right.
Okay, so then I will reiterate to everybody. Okay, so the plan is we'll let the meeting continue until we have an opportunity to split off and talk about it amongst ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, what was the king's name again?
Cleon is his name.
Cleon, that's right.
Chlamydia.
You.
Ivory is going to open up and say, it was Cleon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You say that out
Your
loud.
Majesty, King Cleon. It's a pleasure.
A mercenary with manners. That's something I'm not very. Sorry, I need to. My
I'm
apologies.
actually a scholar, here by incident.
a scholar.
Yes, personal friend of Hammond the Wizard.
That old codger is still alive. I thought he died during the Day of Doom.
Oh no, in fact, I was there with him. We sucked the school and all the grounds surrounding it into the astral plane.
Oh.
Anyways, long story short, now I'm here.
Right. Yes,
and so are my companions. And I make a clear effort to gesture to the party members next to me first, but then also to point specifically to the party members behind him.
He looks at the party. Hold on, I'm gonna do something really funny.
I'm also gonna say I'm gonna say telepathically to the party members on that side, if either one of you wants to get a move in here, now's the time. The door is open. Right?
You're pointing at them. I don't, and you see that the guy with the hammer walks up to him and is like, and I was like,
whispers in.
Oh, I'm stupid. Thank you, Theo. My apologies. That explains why you. Oh. Right, and you see that the generals, like the guy in the background, the general speaks up, the guy clad in armor. So you are the friends they spoke of?
I guess so.
They just
That
dropped
is correct.
into the skyline of our castle. Wait,
Yeah, we also fell out of the sky.
they dropped into your castle, Cleon? You need more planar security. I've always told you to update. Don't start with me, Asharon. No.
You dropped in the middle of your city.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I
Well,
like
you didn't
ball
drop
thrown
in the
back of my
house
head.
of choice. I'm just saying.
I mean, we didn't really have a choice where we dropped. to be
Didn't
fair.
have a choice. Didn't have a choice. Ooh, that's a funny pun.
I whack her upside the head and I say, we didn't because, we didn't, not that we couldn't. Right?
Right. My apologies. I believe, since it's been a second, and you see that's the general like puts his hand on the king's shoulder. I believe it would be prudent, since you and your friends are present. Why don't you guys go and talk?
I think that's a splendid idea.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I wasn't
Sounds
expecting
wonderful.
that kind of response.
No.
I assume you guys are going to make nice while we're having our little chat?
The 24 hours have started, right, Asharon? Yes, the treaty has begun. Right. Don't worry. Under the Great Treaty, we cannot harm each other. Not for 24
hours. Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Like-
very assuring. All right, well, that's good enough for now.
All right. Well, the only thing we can harm each other with is words. And unless Asharon is using one of her spells, which she's very good with, I don't have to worry about it. Oh, Cleon, don't have to be so nice.
Oh.
Can I? Okay, since I have my detect thoughts active as part of this telepathy thing that I'm doing, do I get any surface thoughts from, or rather, what surface thoughts do I get from the NPCs?
Oh, you're not getting into the mind of the Minotaur. His mind is like a steel trap.
Gotcha. Okay, so
yeah.
he's
His mind is a
somewhere.
fortress.
Yeah, the
He's a
dwarf
monk.
is the dwarf is like you could think you're not getting any like thoughts but feelings of like extreme like rage. I think is the right term, but not
general?
for what's going. Yeah, the general Stein, like the dwarf.
The dwarf.
He has a sense of rage in him, right? Like just, but not for anybody here. Not for anybody here. But he has a sense of rage in him. I can't explain it to you. Like
Yes, that guy.
yeah, the white, the graybeard. He has a sense of rage to him that you can sense from him, but you can't tell what he's thinking. But you know that it's not for anybody present. It's just he's angry. best I can explain. Now, as for Asharon and the king, they kind of are feeling like the king is kind of like thinking to himself, like, "Am I looking okay? Is everything?"
Just get a room already.
You know, and Asharon, she's kind of thinking to herself, like, maybe I shouldn't be here. I should have sent somebody else. Is what she's thinking. But that's her surface for. As for Theo is a man you cannot get into. Again, like I said, steel trap. He's a man that you have to literally try to penetrate his mind in order to get in. If you want to try to get some gleaming information from him. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah. Okay.
Does it warn you that if you try to gleam into their minds, they get to know?
They get. I believe they will only know if they succeed and resist. I believe.
All right. Okay, I will.
You gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates.
What is the saving throw they have to make?
Wisdom.
So wisdom saving throw 17.
That is an 18.
Try again.
Oh, cocked. That is a 17 plus 8. 6 plus 6, sorry. That was actually higher.
Hold on. Hold on. Which person am I?
You're trying to gleam into to Theo's mind, right?
No, the king.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
My bad. Okay, did I? Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were trying to. It sounded like you wanted to interrogate.
Let's try that. Let's try that from the top. Holy shit! I was like,
Okay,
what?
yeah.
This guy has that much resistance?
It's
Yes.
more about the factor that his wisdom saving throw is god tier, but don't worry about it.
Monks are proficient in them.
Yeah. No, there was no way I was gonna try and do that against the monk.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it against the other monk.
you succeed. Okay.
Okay. So
Take
did he fail the DC 17?
Like I said, you succeed. Okay, can you give me a
Okay.
general idea what you get to know? What he hates? He doesn't hate Asharon. It's clear that he kind of loves her.
It's basically, so it says I gain insight into its reasoning, emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. So effectively, like, the most important thing that they are thinking about, that's what I get to know.
This is the last chance. If we don't win here, we lose everything. That is a thing that he's thinking about. As for Cryptic...
Why does he think that? What's his reasoning for believing that?
You see... Okay, you cannot see the grand scale of everything, but you understand from what I will explain the reasoning, what you're thinking. So here's the... What is the range of detect faults, really quick? Just gonna...
It's like the 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm just double checking.
everybody.
Just gotta double check, you know. Anyway, you are okay. So you are trying to detect. Here's the thing: you are detecting that not only is he not hateful, but the people is angry, right? He seems like a well-reasoned man, right? He is only a man that is making. He's the man that's making the decisions, and he is clearly the man in charge. However, it's clear to you that if one army kills another here, and if it's a draw, right? If both wins, everybody loses. Because
Right, in
this
other
is
words-
the
in
last.
other words-
If they lose this, the Drow has been building up forces in the north, and the king knows about this. He knows about this very well. He has spies, not spies. Spies is not the right term. Scouts.
Scouts.
That's the right term. He has scouts that has been scouting the region, and he has able to tell that the Drow are building up forces, and he is very scared for his people, but he needs to have this southern dispute under control, or they all die. Because if the Drow invades, genocide, death of all centaurs, no centaur lives. And he believes that this force is strong enough to be able to pull that off.
What are you doing, Cyrus?
Especially considering that's the only people... This is the last amount of people. There are children in the army. There's people that are 12 by human standards, and in their late 80s by human
Cyrus,
standards.
what are you doing?
I just wanted to see what people's reaction would be.
Alright, you're completely fine. But I'm telling you, Will, that like this is from what you are able to reasonably tell, is that this situation is fucked, and there are children in the army, like at least 30% of it is elderly people and children inside of the army, but it's the last straw. When they're done with this, there's no more army unless you want to go 11 and under. And by 11 and under, like in the 20s of a centaur, because 20, like I think it's like something like that. I think it's actually a bit older than that. I think it's the 30 or 40s.
Can I turn my detect thoughts over to...
You're gonna have to penetrate their minds. Who do you want to try?
Yeah, this guy here.
General.
Wait, can I ask who?
Stein.
Oh! That's a good decision.
Yeah, the Dwarven General.
Ooh. Okay, alright. See, the thing is that he's...
Did he get a 17?
He did get a 17, yes. Do you want me to re-roll?
Yes, re-roll it.
Alright. Okay, yeah, he fails. Okay, yeah. What do you want to...
Okay.
What do you want to glean from him here? I'm gonna ask like just a general idea. What are you seeking here? What is this thought you are hunting?
I want to know what his true motivations are. What's most important to him. These are important to me because I want to take the most powerful
do you
people
remember?
Here.
Do you remember Goblin Slayer?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
This guy is Goblin Slayer, but he has one purpose within life, and that is killing, slaughtering, and murdering all the Drow. There is nothing more he wants, and he is currently thinking about the war machines that he would be able to create if he had the adamantine forge, and you are able to glean a paladin class vehicle from his mind. And it sounds like tracks-based vehicles that are able to move over trenches and have giant cannons attached to them. And not only that, but if they're made out of adamantine, they are indestructible.
Right. Ivory would understand this as a magic tank, is basically what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Ivory... Okay. I think Ivory is satisfied with what she has seen and what she has heard, and she's kind of come to her conclusion, and that's all she'll need as she then peels off with the other party members to have a private discussion.
You guys walk away, and I'm gonna ask everybody to move your characters.
I can't.
Why can you? Hold on.
Because I don't have control of that character.
Hold on, let me...
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Anyway.
Do it now.
Bart goes down here.
As you guys...
Cole, as you approach, Ivory daps you up.
You guys see that the dwarf and the minotaur walks off on their own, and you see that the dwarf and the minotaur walks on their own.
You know what?
And they walk up north and they start talking to one another. Also, Torfin and Rurik, can you guys not move?
I'm just gonna quickly act this out.
or do you guys want me to... I'm pulling you guys down. It's so good.
Oh, that's interesting. One of the guys whose mind I could read is having a private conversation with the one guy whose mind I couldn't read. Interesting.
Well, you could technically read it, it's just not gonna go good.
Oh, it wasn't likely, though.
Good.
It's not likely, but...
Good luck.
As I approach Trith and they try to dab me up, I just go, my God! Just
yeah, we do full dap up hug, right?
Yeah. Where you've been?
Dab me up, cuz.
Jesus.
Apparently
We've lost
working with the enemy. What the fuck is this?
Can I get an explanation of what has been happening?
Oh god. Okay, I think. Who wants
I'm
to
very
explain?
interested.
Who wants? Ibisus.
Uh,
Ibisus. Sarius. Cole. You guys, give us your side for a second. Tell us. What
Okay, so... Oh god, I don't even remember what happened in our session. It's been so long.
I don't remember.
You know,
either.
I
And
don't
honestly, I was
remember.
like,
It's up to
what are
me,
we
guys.
doing here?
Yeah, let us just do it.
If I'd watched it, I'd probably remember it.
well, honestly. Ah, crap! I also forgot what's happening.
Yeah, see?
crazy.
It's been
I
so
forgot.
long!
Beckon.
It took too long.
Yeah, why are we fighting? Why did the centaurs want to go into a war?
So
Okay.
you remember that during the... I will explain, because I remember everything. I haven't even rewatched the episode that you guys are talking about. Alright.
I
So-
also have a good memory. I remember what happened in my session.
I know, right? I know.
You broke your arm.
I had to be in 2 sessions, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
You...
Leave me
okay,
alone.
so
Burn
here...
it.
I have
Excuse.
Here-
I have 2 campaigns in my head right now.
You guys are... So
I'm
here,
also making a campaign.
Okay, the dungeon master is talking.
Okay. Here's the... it's okay. They can always interrupt me. I'm always okay with it. Now, here's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing.
just not important stuff.
It is the most important thing to keep in mind is that they dropped into the centaurs, and as they went on, they explained that the first thing that they were trying to do was to find you, realized that there was no way to send a message to you because all the sending stones were out, and as you did
Yeah, we
that,
didn't try that.
you got the other party didn't try
We
that
did
at
not
all.
try to contact you guys at all.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
as you guys went around the entire city, you guys realized that there was the princess was adorable, according to Julie, and the and like way too innocent, and like I'm sure Julie would pop up and say that like you know, I said some really naughty words to the princess, which didn't understand any of the words I said, which she wrote down in a notebook. But then we went off.
These are not important details.
Then
They are to me.
then.
Go back to the house of breeding.
Then they went off into the house of they talked to during this entire thing. They had the general with them, and the general was constantly like giving like, first of all, he was being like kind of nice. He was like kind of helping and like trying to like help you guys be found. And basically, he said that he would trade you, like that he would trade.
Oh, yes,
scouts.
I remember now.
Yeah,
Yes.
he promised that he would give you guys help if you guys just offered him as mercenary work. Okay, meaning that like if you guys helped us, we'll help you. If you just help us deal with this
an
insurgency.
exchange
Yeah.
offer, basically.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I remember
mean-
there was like an objective I had to do, and that's the one thing I'm actually stuck on. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I forgot.
And then also, Golden, you explain that Minotaur is essentially your adoptive dad. Which
Yeah.
you must have forgotten about, but like I'm pretty sure I explained it very well last session. Like that is
Yeah, no,
that was 2
I
weeks
did
ago.
forget about it. Yeah, it
That
was
more
like
than that.
it was more than 2 weeks. I think it was like 3.
It was
It's
3
3
weeks.
weeks,
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
It was 3 weeks ago. Jesus Christ.
It
was
was a
cancelled.
long time.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Here's the thing. What happened next is that as you guys traveled together, and as the party went around the town, and Golden, he basically, the reason why they let down their guard and they let it is because that Kargar was there, which is the name of your adoptive father, the Minotaur, and basically as you realize, he explains to you. They so to explain, like the general kind of became a chaperone, realized something about you guys. So I don't remember if you guys would remember that, but as you guys went about, you guys met the big guy with the hammer, which didn't wear a hammer at the time, but he was wearing a fully ceremonial golden armor, and you guys explained that the name of the guy with the gigantic hammer is known as Theo the Golden. He was gold, you don't know why that is the case, however, you can guess. Now, as for,
Can we, so, I'm sorry,
this is the most important part. You also explain the breeding houses, which I'm pretty sure said nudity. Sure, everybody here didn't be surprised, and the fact that as you guys stepped into and they stepped into a church, and they realized that not only does gods have power in their church, they can move around within their own churches using the statues and things that are within their churches. And not only that, but
you guys had an interaction with a god?
With Helm. With Helm, specifically. He basically came down and talked, and not only that, but Saris had a chat with fucking with Saloon.
Yeah, no, I think we remember now. I think we can.
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna do. Everybody,
Saris
I'm
on
going
chat
to,
with who?
With Saloon.
Unless
actually, I don't think this war thing is all that important. We might have a bigger issue at hand.
So,
Which is?
I say personally, anything that may need to be reacted on, like as what the character would react to this information, I feel like it should be noted because character stuff.
That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay. So here's what the meeting is about, right? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assume that unless you have opted out of me reading your mind, we're gonna assume that everybody here just kind of allowed me to read your mind, and I now have everybody's perspective about the events that just transpired over the last few days since we were separated. Does that sound good?
You also realize, Will, that they arrived 2 weeks ago, and you arrived 3 days ago. So time has been wibbly wobbly, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I physically react to that, but what I really need to know is how much psychological damage do I take from Voxy's mind?
All of it.
How
How much psychic damage can you take?
How much health you got?
This is a 6th level vicious mockery, I think. Like,
You check 101.
Are you sure I shouldn't roll some sort of, saving throw?
Okay, Will, I'm very worried about your mental health because you're trying to go into a mind which you should not go into.
How about this?
Also, well, you're
Is
not
it
reading
fair
my
to
mind.
just say that reading her surface thoughts alone allowed me to say that I choose not to read her thoughts?
I will allow it.
It's that you took one clip piece and nope, fuck that.
I took one little sniff of her mind and I was like, no, thank you.
Also, Saris wanted to say something very important, which is very important.
I think me and Voxy both can agree to this war. The more and more I listen to it, the more stupid it starts to sound. Sounds like we as a group have bigger issues, and the centaurs have other issues. The most present thing at the moment is that Oryx is now in the realm between gods.
Yeah, this is a distraction, really, honestly. But
when
we do stand to gain some allies when we come out of it.
I would agree with this.
Bombastic side eye.
Yeah, I agree too.
When I communicated with Saloon, I was interrupted by Oryx. So whatever war and allies you want to do here, I could care less. I have other matters to attend to.
There's a very important... Sorry.
If you feel like...
Alright. I'm gonna need everybody to listen to me for a second. And Drift is gonna stand right in the middle. She's gonna take the space. This is a very easy solution. Okay? Either these people just haven't really thought about it this far, or I don't know. But it's really easy. All they have to do is handle a compromise contract where, under the circumstance where they are at war with another nation or another collective entity, the anarchist rules will fall to the side, but will be guaranteed their ability to return to said practices outside of wartime. We draft this up for them right here and now. Throw it as a proposal. Be like, here, you guys sign this agreement. Everybody agrees that you come together and operate under a single monarch during a time of threat. Leave it open to the potential for instead of a monarchy, installing a congress or a republic of some sort. Who cares? I don't care personally. But we throw this in there. We get their little conflict done with at least this time around. Who cares what happens in the future? As long as they stop fighting today, who cares, right? So we give them this. They accept. We move on.
They won't accept, though.
What makes you say
No
that?
anarchist will accept that.
I
know. I am one.
I think it's worth the try, but
I want to preface.
It's worth try, but you would have to change. Yeah, try.
I need to.
I mean,
there's some
I have to
information
say
that hasn't been shared. I need to.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Beckon didn't really say the entire story about what happened with us.
I was because Golden talked to Helm, and the thing is that he said that if the gods are no longer going to try to communicate with you, but not only that, but the most important detail of all, Odin has gone mortal.
Excuse me?
Odin has gone mortal.
It's murder time. Where is he?
Odin is no longer a god while he remains within Asharon. He is now and forever until Vorax or whatever field he has put up is defeated a mortal. The oldest god in creation is a mortal.
Well, but you about to just be a chosen, not god anymore.
Yeah.
As long as Odin is not dead, she is still a god chosen. There's no
Yeah,
doubt.
that's what I'm saying. She's about to be something different.
Okay, don't kill this fucking the oldest god, okay, motherfucker.
I am going to rip your
Get over here, boy!
No, it's.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
rip
what.
off your ears and turn them into pointed shoes.
It's clickety clackety time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what Ibis's opinions on this are.
Alright.
Is there a reason why the dwarven general, who's basically just a racist,
A
but
what?
Goblin Slayer racist?
Are you saying this out loud or?
League?
I'm asking him. Is that
It's
guy?
Drow.
Is there a reason Is there a reason he didn't approach
Has
the
nobody?
king for an alliance?
What?
Why is he going through the anarchists? That's what I don't understand.
Same.
you must
Why do you
know
say that, Will?
something,
Because I
people.
was gonna bring that up.
Things are getting more heated over at the conversation with the centaurs. I'm just letting you guys know.
Maybe we should go back, but
do you know what? I'm gonna scare them real quick.
What?
Oh god, no.
Don't worry about it. And I just start walking. I just start slithering over there. And I just shout.
And this-
Does anybody stop me? Actually?
I'm actually going to, I believe, just misty step over there. Hold on. Oops. So yeah, I'll
I
just.
can't move my piece yet.
But why the fuck is it? Oh my god, this fucking.
Because you didn't summon the right ones. You fuck.
No, I summoned the right one. That's not the problem. It's.
Oh no, I didn't want to go all the way there, Drift.
There, move it out.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout to them. Hey! Behave while we discuss. Unfortunately, we're a little more important than you at the moment.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, you're right, but you didn't need to say that.
You see that the king stares over, Asharon stares at you, and the king stares at you, and the prince, he's like, just brushes his he's like this,
And
like,
side eyes
grins.
from behind.
He
just
just he just smiles. He does. He's just, wow, this snake got some balls. Goddamn, you know. And like you see that the general just not look pleased. He does not. He does not. He looks annoyed. He does by that statement. Very
I
annoyed.
couldn't understand
However,
why he would look annoyed though.
However, you're very clear Also, just so you know, you can be seen now. Just
I know.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing.
Oh no! 2 people are gonna see me. I am one of them.
All right. Now I wanna hold on. Somebody messaged me. I gotta respond to this one. Very important.
Okay.
Yeah. So, any other reaction I get from them?
Hey, Ibis,
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak to you telepathically very quickly. I'm gonna be like, do you have anything that you can do that's really good for the purposes of flexing?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
Just misty step
Right.
over the side of you guys.
Mm. Okay, it would be funny.
I'm not saying do it
If-
yet. I'm just saying if we need to. I'll give
mean-
the cue. Well, if we need to
mean-
flex.
All right.
I have to move scatter. I can just
You guys
change their places to be
You
where the other ones were.
you guys see that
Mate.
you see that they go back to talking. They do.
Before they do that, right? So there's a reason we interjected, right? I'm actually moving into
Without explaining your side to the party.
I feel like
Huh?
I feel like
None
don't
of
know
you
what we've
guys
been
have
doing.
told anything about your side. You guys have just explained one side has been explained.
I'm sorry.
let's just
we
say
not
this,
talk about
right?
the
Let's just say this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, we've explained.
I just wanted to calm them down. That's all
Yeah,
this is wanting.
yeah. No, I assume you
Yeah,
just
calm-
wanted to do
calm-
that. First of all, I do
It's
want to
already
see
heated.
have their temper like calm down a bit or something, or like they're.
Yeah, they're a little
not-
more chill.
okay.
Their anger was
Okay.
redirected somewhere
Good.
else, I suppose.
Okay.
They aren't gonna hit each
Okay.
other. That's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, but you said things were starting to escalate, and I'm. God, we always
Yeah,
gotta make
conversation
sure.
wise. Goddamn, I'm not saying people are gonna kill each other. That would be insane.
I know, Ibis still reacts like that though.
Yeah, fair.
This is a little bit stupid.
Trust me, if people
Anyway.
are going to start taking hits, I will tell you. Don't worry. Anyway.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask myself currently. So, Becken, have you informed everything that happened in that session?
Other than
Odin going mortal.
Yeah.
Odin go immortal, and then the factor that don't talk to your gods inside of their dreams unless it is utmost importance. But Vorax can reach, and if he grabs you, he knows where you are. Right now, we are cloaked. He does not know where we are, which is the thing. That's like a primary thing that happened during that session, which is very important to remember. Anyway, I think that is everything, unless anybody want to remind me of something.
I wanted to ask about my mission that I had.
The conversation. Hold on. I want to also preface the conversation with the king, right? Also, I believe that your dad, Julie and the king had like a conversation. It seems like Julie would glean this because the emotion seems to be very heavily drawn upon this conversation today, which should be something that, because Julie listened in on the Wars talk, and like it sounded like the king doesn't want to do this even there, but like he has some sort of attachment to Asharon that you guys can't figure out yet. I think it's very apparent if you look into it, but
Do I know what it is? Because I probed his mind.
They used
I feel
to,
like I would know what it is.
they used to be engaged.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Who broke off the engagement?
I
or
will
is
not
it
give
hanging?
you that. No reason. Like within reason. Will that was not even on his mind at all. Like who broke up the engagement or anything. That's not on his. I'm not. giving you
I
that
can
one.
dig deeper. Oh no, but that's true. That wasn't necessarily something that was.
Yeah, it wasn't important. You're gonna have to go back and do
it
that
wasn't
again.
necessarily looming. Okay. I mean, I could see an argument either way for that one because it's related. But you're right. that
But is
there's
it
a
really
little bit of-
important?
No, I just wanted to know.
Especially when
But
none
it's-
of them seem to have a grudge.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, I think here's what I'm gonna say, right? I'm gonna address Sari's concern in this right here. I strongly believe that the anarchist leadership will at least be willing to consider some form of cooperation with the guarantee that they will be able to return to their ways once the threat is gone. They're worried about this being used as an excuse to transition into a different form of government, right? Or rather, to transition into a government to begin with, which is what they don't want, right? They prefer their little...
The solution to that problem is to have a temporary ceasefire. Let the monetary be as it may, and let the anarchists do what they do, but then have a joint army to fight.
But that's the problem, right? Is that if they remain separated in groups, they'll have divided themselves to be conquered. Is the primary concern for most of the people who have any tactical knowledge on the subject, right? All of the people who actually have seen the charts, have seen the numbers, have seen the maps, and know what the casualty rates are looking like, right? And remember, I've read both these people's minds, right? The drow slaughterer and the king. So I know all of this information because it's pertinent to, what was the topic was. I assume, unless Eric's going to veto that.
But it seems hard.
There is
need to see why that would.
He doesn't have to tell me what they are.
I'm just gonna say you guys haven't asked anything about the third party, which is
third party.
The third party about the drow,
about the Minotaur and the fucking dwarf. Why the fuck are they here? Why are they interested?
Hold on.
No,
We're going one by
is...
one. We're going one by one.
Yeah, the dwarf is also the one I read his mind.
Yeah, you didn't hear the entire treaty from his mind. There's clearly some more shit there you could dive into if you want to.
Anyway,
sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really as concerned with them as I am with the Minotaur people, or the Centaur people.
Lego Beastmen, but yes, I get you.
Yeah.
You mean
so I feel like it's some really important context to understand what happened in your side of stuff, Will.
I'll spend an hour having two ADHD people talk.
Yeah, that was the crazy part, right? Is because Bird actually was playing a separate character there, who is not present.
That character is with Biggie right now.
Yes.
But,
yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, we should probably also tell them that Biggie is back in the city.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we should probably also say that, actually, I can't flippin', if you guys don't mention it, I can't really give you the hint. Never mind.
Whatever you need to mention as your character drift, you mention it, is basically what I'm saying.
Kind of have to talk about it in order to learn
Wait, I'm sorry. I cut out for a second there. Remind me.
I said that if there is anything to say that feels like it should be important and given some context on what happened to your side, I feel like as your character you should say what happened.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Some important details that might be useful.
A time traveler.
Later adventures.
Okay. A lot of what I remember was basically how I summarized my understanding of the motivations, right? And the motivations and okay, Bird, go ahead and just remind me of what I gleaned from your character's position on... Because your character's been on that side longer. Or that other character you were playing has been on that side longer.
Yeah.
And we interacted a lot. What was...
From where you can see...
I'll give you guys the full download that the person I'm talking about was actually someone else from the same world as me. I met another worlder. Yeah. Bird's other character is another worlder, like me.
Yeah, they're also... I think this is important to mention, they're another god chosen. And they know about another god chosen, which is another thing that was said. So...
They actually... she also actually has portraits of a number of the other god chosen.
So, flippin'. So the anarchists are mostly. They kind of victimize themselves because of how the. A lot of the people on their side basically are not seen in good graces by the current monarch.
Just very quick, just like a reminder for me. This is just basically coming from the words of Drift, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying this. Yeah.
Me trying to explain it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. Just wanted to
yeah.
make sure.
And I can, I just wanted you to explain what your character said since you had it, right? Because you are that character. Anyways, so yeah,
Basically, So, main reason why she and their side wants to go for anarchy is because the centaurs don't have something like the dwarves or the humans of the factor of greed. They aren't as greedy. They're very much willing to help each other, and so
right, you believe their
monarch-
nature allows them to succeed with a more socialistic,
Yes,
communist
exactly.
society than as opposed to humans.
Exactly. Yeah.
You greedy bastards.
So, which would also very much help with the rights of how the flippin' centaurs are treated, because
Right.
It's-
So in other words,
yeah.
as Drift was
but
trying
main
to explain,
reason this is the main thing that I forgot. Flippin', they think that the Dwarven deal is much better than what the League of Beastmen will do because of history. Because of
What
a
was-
history of the centaurs not getting treated well by the League of Beastmen, and
Right,
because they
so
will
it's
not
like-
be their own kingdom if they go with the League of Beastmen.
They
While the
become
dwarves,
They
Sorry,
become-
you can explain better.
okay, so to simplify the situation, this has been incredibly explained, but I am going to go
it's
further
basically
into this.
so you have the League of Beastmen, right? And then you have these centaur anarchists who are like, no, we've been discriminated against, and we prefer to live as hippies.
150.
So fuck.
We're
you.
not hippies, you fuck.
So the thing is that 150 years ago, the League of Beastmen kicked out the centaurs because of the reason they were too similar to humans, aka too humanoid, to be part of their collective. And they have done...
Racist.
Yeah, that is incredible. That is the point. And the thing is that the League of Beastmen now is willing to let them back in because of 3 reasons, from what you guys are able to tell. And to simplify it as simply the way it is, they become vassals, meaning they have no more power over their kingdom than anybody else. However, they still are able to govern themselves, but they will be completely removed from any decision-making within the League of Beastmen, meaning they do not get to make any major decisions, they do not get a voice on the council, nothing. They are absolutely vassalized. Now, however, one of the main things, the League will not force them to become raided. Meaning, that is the main thing. Their military will not ride them. The dwarves will. They don't give a shit. They will use them for military usage, and that is just the way it is. And dwarves and centaurs are very proud people, and many on the anarchists refuse to accept this. The monarchists are more the monarchists are accept this. The anarchists are more open to the idea.
Of being ridden.
Basically,
yes.
It's a lot about because the main leadership of the anarchists isn't all centaurs. They kind of see that as unnecessary pride that can be that shouldn't be an issue in this case. Not understanding
there are
right for them. It's like, why not have somebody riding on my back also swinging a sword? That's just more. That's
efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
More blades.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now
Drift appreciates that. Okay, so I wanna throw something in. Drift does a full download with using her telepathy the same way she collected all of your guys' thoughts. So you guys are, as she's explaining it, also getting like all of these images. So you got the memories of For example, me setting up that whole village with manufacturing for modern weapons or semi-modern.
Yeah. Now, military.
Right.
Now, I wanna preface this. What is a good thing to keep in mind is that the dwarves want 3 things. They want a military alliance, and use their troops for military stuff, build military castles, and also be able to access what seems to be mines. That is it. That's the 3 thing they want. And that's all, and obviously the military stuff, but that is to be expected. And the
military support.
The military service is mandatory, but they kind of have to like accept that because there's nothing you can do against that, and it's kind of necessary. Also, if one side decides to take over the other, one is very clear to invade the other. This needs to be stated. If the dwarves do not get the way that they want it, they might just invade. Or if the League of Beastmen don't get what they want, they might just invade. One side has to be one-sided, and it has to win. And if not, right for the taking. No better fucking statement than saying. Because
So there's no way of actually going through it without any blood loss.
This guy is the king of the League of Beastmen, right?
The centaur?
Oh.
Are you talking about the Minotaur? No, the League of Beastmen don't have a king.
Who is Cleon? Who is Cleon?
He's the king
Cleon
of the
is the
Elysian
king of the
exiles.
centaurs. He's the Elysian
Just the
exiles
centaurs.
king. Yes. Now it needs to be stated: the League of Beastmen, by the name, do not have kings. They have a council. They are a republic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was assuming he was with the League of Beastmen, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
the Centaur King is very much with the League of Beastmen. That is not even a debate. Like, he wants to serve them.
The monk is the representative of the League of Beastmen. Oh, right. I think you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I was confused.
I think Abyssus, upon hearing a lot of the stuff about what you guys have gone through, it just off the bat says, like, not really thinking about it, well, anarchy's not gonna, like, an anarchy needs to be set up, like, for a really long time in advance, not just after a war. This is not gonna work. They're clearly gonna struggle even with the deal. Like,
Very much.
it seems like it would be too slow, no?
Well, the proposition I'm making is that there's basically a cooperation treaty to vanquish a common enemy, right?
The drow.
Yeah, right. And
Okay,
then once
sorry,
the common
yeah,
enemy
I
is
was
sufficiently
thinking.
dealt with,
Yeah.
right? Once the common enemy is sufficiently dealt with, then under the treaty, anyone who is with the anarchist party may disseminate from any positions that they were required to hold and go do whatever the fuck else they wanted, right?
Yes.
Like, effectively, it's like a draft, right? It's like, hey, no, we got important things to do. Come here for now, and then we can talk about what you want later.
Well, I'm going to give you an information you should know. Also, Toji, sorry. You think that the centaurs alone cannot stand this and they need one of these military deals in order to succeed. You don't think they can make it. By reading the King's Mind, he's terrified.
Do you think I think I can orchestrate a deal where they get the military assistance of both nations?
I wouldn't bother setting this fucking meeting up if I don't believe that there is a diplomatic solution to this bullshit. No doubt in my mind. However, one faction needs to win. The dwarves or the League. There's no way around it. You have to pick.
I don't think so. I think they can both win.
I
think that's what I'm going for. I think they can.
What side are we talking about? What
I think everybody can.
Right now?
I think everybody can win. The League of Beastmen, the dwarves, and the centaurs. I think all of them can win. I think all 3 of them can win. We can bust out a quadruple win here.
Well, you need to come. You are the one that comes up with the deal. I am the one that will fight against you. That is just the way it is.
Okay, Eric, can I roll to see how well I draft this? Like, does anybody
I think
want
we
to
need to talk more.
I think this needs to be more discussed, and I will let you guys discuss this. I have no doubt in my mind that this is...
Yeah, let's first come to a conclusion. Okay. Who is in favor? I'm going to stand over here, and everybody... somebody else can stand, like, over here or something. If you are... Stand with me if you are of the idea to try and orchestrate a mutual agreement between all of them and just kick this rock down the road.
Kind of look at Drift. Look, that just seems too optimistic.
It might so, but the problem is, you gotta understand these are living beings, and for possibly a massacre that could be completely worthless. Something unnecessary.
That's why I think trying to draft a deal where both sides
stand.
Oh,
Everybody, can we have everybody sort themselves? So we'll have somebody. So Ibis here, and then people who are over here with Drift, obviously over here, and then we'll just have. And people are free to move whenever they want. It just clearly delineates who's on which side of the argument, like who's voting which direction.
So I think if one of the sides isn't chosen, there will be more bloodshed no matter what. In the short term. Maybe in the long term it would be fine, but I very much doubt it.
Here's my thing, right? We don't really have the energy to bother with whether or not these people can make peace, can figure their shit out.
I'm gonna pause.
All I've got
Hold on.
is a request.
I'm gonna pause.
Hold on. Very quick.
I want to.
All I've got.
Yeah, go on.
Last sentence. Yeah. All I've got is a request from a god chosen, who I am trying to acquire the assistance of in fighting Vorax. I got a request from them to broker at least a temporary peace here and prevent a little bit of bloodshed. That's all I'm after. If, let's say, by the time the Drow are dealt with, it turns into a massacre anyways, honestly, they should have been able to figure it out from there. Right? I'm not going to sit here and lament the decision of grown adults.
All right. I'm going to pause, and I want to hear what Toji, Rurik, and specifically the players that haven't had a chance to speak yet.
Yes, please.
I believe no matter how we see it, we have a common enemy, the Drow. And I agree that Drow needs to be fucking wiped, because only thing they do is bring death and destruction when they come and attack. And no matter how hard you want to try to get all three of these all three of them to work together, it's not gonna happen. Because there's always gonna be fucking someone on one side not liking something, and then it can cause something major.
You don't think that the three sides can agree to just fight the Drow together, at least for like a couple of months?
So if you think about it, no matter how much each side has a different view of how to do things.
Everybody ping your character if you agree with what he's saying.
Continue, Toji.
I mean, I agree personally, but like...
Yeah, ping your character so I can see who's agreeing. Like, who's nodding their head as he's saying this. So Cole also believes that it's going to be difficult to broker a three-way peace.
It's better to do two-way peace than a three-way peace, because if we do all three, yes, that will help us support and make it a lot easier. But let's say one side piss off another side, and that one side doesn't know how to deal with it, they can just completely just leave, or even worse, turn on us.
Oh well, if they leave, who cares, right? The main issue is whether or not somebody invades the centaurs, right? I'm gonna again project the image of like Eric. How many riflemen did you say that we successfully armed and trained?
You successfully armed and trained 800 riflemen in the time that you managed to get everything done, and 200 of those are kind of like still a little shabby, and like with the 24 hours they should be ready.
Right.
To go with that, do my character know about this? Like about the 800 people they trained?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm telling you about that,
Okay.
right? Because again, I'm showing you as well. You got an image. You got an image of me crafting, like showing their blacksmiths how to craft these weapons, and then this other person, this other god chosen I was talking about, and Rurik training them in how to use the weapons.
Mm-hmm. To go with that, there's two different things about what you said. Training, it's good to know your weapon, good to know your trade, what you're gonna do in the fight. But if you don't have the experience actual how to use it, let's say, good example, you're like, what I'm trying to get at is just the experience outweigh the training. If you don't know what to protect or what to look for whenever you're in a battle, or let's say, because that factor of fear.
Here's the reason it's worth consideration. It is a noteworthy upgrade, and I'm actually going to pull out my weapon, and I'm going to show you that this weapon that I'm talking about is notably superior to anything that you've probably seen. Right?
It doesn't matter. Technology has a way to upgrade and make battles a lot easier.
Right, that's the argument that I'm making, right? What I'm saying is that right now, that small village of centaurs has the most advanced firearm technology currently available in this world, to my knowledge.
Indeed. But you also got to think, we don't know what the Drow are going to be using.
I wouldn't go so far, because there's one level you haven't taken account to, and that's magic, right?
Oh, sure. I'm purely talking about weaponry, right? Magic is a whole different thing.
I respect you.
I'm purely talking about weaponry,
and I completely respect it.
And I got a question.
The reason it's not enough to completely turn the tide, but it does change the power dynamic between the centaurs and the other two factions, because they have a technological leg up. Not like a total superiority, but it is an advantage that they have that will make challenging them less.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How much experience do these Minotaurs have?
Centaurs.
Or centaurs?
Only a handful of days, but that's not the point. How long will it take for the dwarves to mount a full invasion, or the League of Beastmen to mount a full invasion? By the time they're actually mustered, these centaurs could be moderately trained and reasonably accurate over a distance that the League of Beastmen can't shoot at, and the dwarves can shoot at, but not as fast, because these weapons reload faster, right? And the centaurs can travel quicker, right?
I am not going against you with technology. This is what I'm trying to get at. This is like in character. I've been alive for over 200 years. I have saw people with technology that has better technology that I fought personally, but they still lost because they lack the experience of actually warfare. Experience, you can have the best technology you can have, no matter what. But if you don't have that experience...
Eric, hey, do I know how many of these people that we trained, how many of them were actually, like, fighters, and how many of them were basically just, like, common people that we turned into a militia?
I'm not over-exaggerating when I'm saying that you have 2,000 working men. About 500 of them were not riflemen to start off with, and actually there was several of them that decided to add bayonets to their specific weapons so that they could use them as spears to charge at enemies specifically, just to let
so some of them were definitely fighters.
Yes, but one of let's be known, the 500 archers that you basically outfitted with these are really dexterous and have also fought in wars before, which is why, but they would not be used to the sound a gun makes. That would freak them out, probably. I could imagine that.
So it's a little jarring still, but they're reasonably accurate because it's effectively the same thing as a bow. It just goes farther.
Yeah, Archer's Paradox and all that aside, it's not something. It's a lot more accurate.
Anyways,
so a crossbow would be more effective as an example, but yes.
To communicate the general idea, what I want to do is go full transparent and say, look, and I want all of us to march over into this meeting and be like, all right, here's the deal. We are God chosen. We are going to exert some authority here, and just say, you guys are going to sign this treaty. Here's what it entails, right? And we're basically just going to strong arm them into signing a temporary agreement where the anarchists will supply the rest of the kingdom, of the Centaur kingdom, with weaponry and training for said weaponry. The kingdom will then use its might to fend off both the drow and also work to actively deter invasion from the other.
You killed my brother! That was you! And you see the general, kind of push against Asharon as he's just letting out, You did this to me!
Hey, Eric.
I don't give a shit if you were saying anything. This is something that has been happening in the background for a while.
In the background, I wanted to say, that's probably happened.
No, I was listening for this as we were talking. Yeah. So since that has now happened, is it possible for everybody to listen to this stream real quick?
Apologies, I'm back.
I also kind of want to just push the general. General is being held back by the king, so that he doesn't break the treaty or anything. Also, I can't hear anything, and turning on my stream I'm not sure it's gonna work. So I don't know what you are currently sharing with me.
Just make sure it's not copyrighted.
Yeah, it's not. But
no, it's not copyrighted. The problem is that I don't know if I could turn it on because it's.
So you said the general was pushing.
The general was pushing, but the king is holding him back. The king is pushing against him to stop. Just want to let this be known. Also, what are you?
Who is he trying to go after?
Asharon. He pushed Asharon.
Just. Her.
Oh, I saw the general up here, so I didn't know it was.
Not the same general.
No, the Centaur general. Gotcha.
Oh, never mind. Then I don't care.
Okay.
Orphan just looked and just.
I've turned on the audio, Will, if you want to play it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Everybody ready?
All
right. Now, real quick, I just want to say, you guys are gonna feel a very intense pressure all of a sudden. And suddenly Drift will very quickly move from here to right here. She is now dressed in black full plate armor dress. She has wings and a massive greatsword. And she's zipped over to this spot and slammed her weapon into the ground and is looking very intensely at everybody and says, "It's time for all of you to behave."
As you speak up, you see that the king sighs at you, raises a hand towards you, and he doesn't say anything. I have it. And he lets out, I have this. He speaks out to you. Very calm, very collected. I got this.
Alright.
And he turns towards the general. General? If you can't compose yourself, go back.
I'm gonna stare at him, and yeah, I'm just gonna stare directly at him. Right, the tip of my sword is in the ground. Right, and I'm just gonna peer right into his soul through his eyes, and then say, go on.
Will you see something in the eyes of the Golden, Theo the Golden? As you
Is that who I'm
see
talking
this,
to? I thought I was talking to
no,
the...
no, you're
I thought I
talking
was
to the
talking
general. But you see Theo is standing there with his hammer. However, you see that in his eyes, he's God chosen too.
Oh.
And you see that he like raises his hammer. He does, and like looks like he's ready to strike. However, he like holds himself back. He's not striking you. It's just like that, like in case you were planning on killing his dad. You know, he's gonna slam you down. You can clearly tell. Obviously, they'll fucking try to kill the king. Like, you know, like goddamn. Anyway, it's no, but he and you see that that's the general. He bows his head and he says, "I'm sorry." To you, not to Asharon. He doesn't give a fuck about Asharon. He says that to you. And he walks away.
Wait, who? The general says it to me?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, to you. Yes, he apologizes to you specifically.
Alright, well,
walks away.
that's close enough. That's close enough, yeah. And before and as I'm dismissing my armor and my sword, I kind of look over at the prince here. Mm-hmm. And what he will observe is a sort of like, he'll know, or does he know he's God chosen?
You don't know.
That's fair. Okay, so if he knows he is God chosen, he will know that I know. If he doesn't know, then he will be perplexed by the sort of like, almost like creepy grin she's giving him, that is partially fueled by some sort of like, that's it. Yeah, she just gives him a creepy grin, and it's a knowing grin, but maybe he will or will not understand it. Either way, she dismisses her armor. I dismiss my armor.
He nods at you. He does, as you are walking, as you dismiss your armor, he does. But you're a little, yes, Ghosty, you are. You've been this entire time. I told you, Tyr fucking got you, man.
I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. Don't worry about it. I understand confusion. Don't worry. It's completely fine.
What happened?
He nods at you. He does. And he lowers down his hammer, clearly realizing there's no more threat, and says, "I'm sorry. I thought you were going to kill my father."
Oh. My apologies.
You don't teleport up to a motherfucker when the king is standing right here, or you will get Mythbreaker, okay? It's, just be careful. Okay, just be careful, because the army's right over there and they can see this, so, like, be careful with doing that in front of an entire army, please.
I pat his pauldron and I go, "Didn't mean to scare you."
I think you reached that.
He lowers himself down so you can pat his pauldron because of how tall he is.
He's like...
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had dismissed my armor, so never mind. Yeah, I don't do that. I guess I'll pat basically like his horse back, right? It's like mildly condescending.
He looks at you. He looks at you like, you know, a handshake would do.
It's like as she's passing by, right? Like she's if it was a person, it would be like a shoulder pat, but because there was no shoulder close enough, she just chose that part of the body, right? It was like very much like a my bad, and begins to walk away.
All right, he's like, you know, a handshake would do next time. Just saying. He says out loud. You see that Asharon is like, thank you. Towards you as you walk away.
I kind of wink at her and be like, "I'll be right back. We've almost finished with our discussion."
Mm-hmm. All right, and you hear that they basically go back to like discussing the political like simplicity of like basically like how their system works and how they're trying to get to a solution. Is the point I tried to make? They are working on it.
Yeah.
Also, whenever she gets back, I look at her. It's like I understand what our position is right now, but you should have let the king work on his own his own general instead of you trying to get into it. I know you're trying to make sure nothing bad happens, but you kind of
no, that was purely flexing. That's a setup for what we do next, right? I'm going to assert that we have authority to pressure them into a decision here. And reasonably we do. Just by, hey, I notice him walking up.
Son. Golden.
Sorry, there was a big argument happening. I don't know if my mother will scream again, but yeah, anyway.
It doesn't seem like there's a way for me to get a deal with the dwarf. He seems set in his way and stubborn, and I can't get anywhere.
I laugh a little bit. Yep, I know that's him.
So a typical dwarf.
Eric, I'm going to go up to him and offer to shake his hand, right? I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to say, Dr. Ivory Fisherman, nice to meet you.
Wait! You helped defeat that demon at Crow's Peak Inn. Yes, I know about you. It's wonderful.
That was me too.
Yes, I said that to you. You were yes.
Oh wait, never mind. I didn't say that. Shut up.
Okay, you're okay.
Hammer.
It's like it's wonderful to meet the legendary Ivory Fisher. I thought you dead.
I thought you dead.
When the Day of Doom happened. He explains that as the day that the Malachi Empire got completely eviscerated. I thought that, which in case none of you know, was like a 10th level spell was being cast, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Which is scary, by the way. That's like, imagine if all the nukes went off in the world. It's kind of that scary. It's, yeah.
Ivory is going to, as she's shaking his hand, she's going to psychically project into his mind enough of an understanding for him to understand what happened from her perspective, how she survived, and how she got here.
Everything from the start of the campaign till now?
No. Just from the day of
Oh,
Doom.
thank God. Okay, that's a lot of information. I thought I was gonna like backtrack for a bit. I'm like, wait, that is insane. But it's you do that.
No, yeah, from the day of Doom, right? Well, and it's like very quick, like cliff notes. It's like we ended up in the astral plane. We built a device to send us back, and now we're here. Right, like that's the, and just very brief images of Hammond doing the teleportation, me building the machine, right, that whole deal.
Right, yes, I've already had the rundown, but I appreciate the mental telepathy. As
I do that, I prompt him, I ask him for permission to read his mind for the purposes of having like a more honest conversation. Privately between us.
He lets you into his mind, he does? He does, and he doesn't even like. You're like, can I do this, right? And you ask him that simple question, and he doesn't seem like the type of guy. However, his mind is very fortified, and you're able to tell he has a ring on him, which literally makes him be able to fully control who enters his mind and what is entered because of and you know that the reason why he uses his ring,
it's like a near perfect mental barrier.
Yeah, he is on.
And he's simply allowing the access. Yeah.
League.
That much I figured.
You figure out that the League of Beastmen is you see, as you basically see into. I'm going to now roll a roll because this information is very, very relevant to Golden. If it's low enough, I will go a little crazy on this information. You see that there is information here, a lot. And he fucks up the mental barrier just a little bit. He does. And here's the thing.
He forgets to cover something.
There is... I will leave that to the end. That way you can lean on it a little bit if you want to. Now, here's the thing. You are able to tell, reasonably, within reason... also, I'm not able to... Can you shut down your stream? Will? Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. I figured it out.
Stop watching.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You are able to tell from his mind that the dwarf, the conversation actually went over a bunch of deals where they both could win. They both entered the conversation trying to be friendly, and the dwarf and Stein was very friendly. And they were not hostile, otherwise I would have told you. They were very calm, very collected, and they seemed like old friends. They seemed like they've known each other for a while. You know
the
that...
dwarf and this guy.
Yeah. He is 150 years old, both of them. And basically he is a council member of the League of... He is the counselor of the League of Beastmen. He is. Which means that he is the king's direct aide. He is the king's direct person to the council. He speaks for...
Of the League of Beastmen.
Yeah, for the League of Beastmen. So he speaks for all Minotaurs in the League's business, essentially. Right. And he basically is kind of that... Like, imagine like the senators from, like in Star Wars, essentially. And then there's like Queen Amidala and stuff like that. It's this whole thing.
Point is, this guy's a big deal.
He's a very big deal. And you're able to tell that basically inside of his mind, you are capable of telling... you're capable of telling inside of your mind, you are, that, inside of his mind, that this conversation was very thorough. They went over every single deal that... Well, not every single. I'm sure there's a deal you can think of. Don't exclude anything. But the deal that they go over is trying to to see if they can share the territory, and it seems very... It seems that neither party is willing to paw because of the territorial disputes that would happen as a causality of this. And this seems like a conversation that has happened often, like where they both have tried. There's even been like a Russia-Germany World War II style conversation over Poland, sort of, where they had both discussed to literally just invade from both sides and take over each, split it in half.
Right.
Now, Malthus, are you gonna do the thing I think you were gonna do? I'm very curious.
By the way, I put something in the scroll. That's the best image I have of what that armor is supposed to look like. The armor that I was wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, he's like, well, it is too bad, because I wish we had a dragon or something that could level the field, but sadly I don't have any clout like that. The only dragon I know of is within the League of Beastmen, and he's not willing to leave his pile of gems.
Out of character. Well, wouldn't
I can
you
always
know?
contact Nilviron.
Wait, why do we need a dragon?
You are contacting Nilviron right now?
No, I'm saying to him, I can always contact Nilviron.
I do not know that dragon.
You do not know Nilviron, one of the, effectively a primordial dragon.
A primordial dragon would help, yes.
We have a couple of dragons.
Why do we need a dragon again?
I mean, it could help to force the situation and give me a couple more days to try to force a conversation with the dwarves. I don't know.
I turned to them and should I contact him? Asking him to come here.
Also, Will, you're able to see flickers of a Kenku in a cell inside of his mind.
Does this look like an old memory or a recent memory?
And he locks the memory as you start to see it. He notices that you saw it, and he stopped you from seeing too much. And this looks like it could be either... You're not able to tell. It's too quick. It could be an old memory, or a new one. You don't know.
Is there...
Anyways.
You're free to tell me if it's not possible, but is there any potential means of me,
do you want to try to beat a plus 14 wisdom saving throw?
Ooh. I feel like I wanted to just roll Arcana to just peek, to see if I could peek around him locking that, but...
You have to contend with he is blocking it, meaning,
right.
It's like locking a door.
I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I could try, but I'm not.
You could try lockpicking it or just bursting through. I will absolutely allow. But you have to contend with, a plus 10 or 14. I don't remember exactly what the number is that I decided. I will check in a minute. It is
what I decided for his magic item. That's so funny.
Anyways, no, it's more about his own saving throw, but yes, that's...
Remember, he's a monk.
Yeah. No, I'll take the hint and just be like, all right, I won't probe any further.
Yes.
I'll just take the hint.
Yeah. All fair.
That looks sturdy enough.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody else is kind of just observing me and him having this silent conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I did say, well, we do have dragons.
Right.
A primordial dragon would help.
Should I contact them?
However, you would have to, first of all...
Remind me, hold on, why did dragons enter the conversation? I missed that piece.
Well, the reason why is that I am currently trying to force a deal with the dwarfs. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I have moved around the eastern side myself. I'm a bit of a scout, you will. And the dwarfs have already mustered their army. As soon as this battle is over, they invade.
So the dwarves are trying to occupy the territory.
It's more about the factor that depending on how this battle happens, right now, our side refuses to move in with our army, and they are refusing to move in. However, this battle looks like the end of the war. Which is why, and the dwarves, I don't know if you notice, my lady, but the dwarves have mechanical vehicle that drives on rails without horses?
Yeah. No, I've seen it. It's a steam engine. I know what it is.
Oh, right. I don't know what it is. It's weird to me.
Honestly, not that impressive.
What's his name again? I forgot. Like, wait, hold on. Do I call him by his name, or do I call him...
You can call him Dad if you want.
Papa.
Okay, now.
Daddy?
Papa.
Papa,
did he notice that I dismissed the dwarven tech as, like, primitive?
Mm-hmm. He does notice that. He doesn't prod, because he doesn't understand it. You could be like, you could just be a prodigy that just is like, that's nothing. That came to, like, reality like 100 years ago, like, it's like, that's nothing.
So he's like, for all I know, she's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah. And he's like, and he...
but only from her perspective.
And he goes, and as you realize, he speaks out. It does seem a little bit more complicated than what I give it credit for. That dwarf, Stein, he's a genius. But
I'm sure he is.
He is, I don't know if you know, but he served with him.
Him?
He points at Forfin.
Right?
I fought with him multiple
Oh, I
times.
thought he said Tim.
Him.
I fought with him multiple times, but if you're trying to have him change his mind, good luck on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know, I feel like that's the only good, solution to this from a third-party perspective.
My side with the monarchists is very simple. We just want a good deal. Well, not only that, but we kind of want to repair our mistakes, which happened a long time ago. The Centaur should not have been kicked out, and the Minotaur are looking like they're going to be kicked out as well. So I'm in the same boat as the Centaurs are, and I want to make sure that the Centaurs get brought back into the fold. That's why I'm here.
Hagar,
But it's a vessel that's
find
not
a reason
would happen.
with the dwarf.
That's the best thing I could do. Because the other side of the council refuses to go any further. Because of their...
Were you trying to say something? You cut out for me.
So, Golden, what did you want to repeat?
Sorry, say something.
What, me? Yeah, no, I
was
said...
saying something.
Yeah, sorry, Cyrus, did you want to finish what you said?
Nah, it's okay.
Alright, okay. Golden,
okay.
What did you want to say?
I wanted to say Kagar. That's his name, right?
Kargar, yeah.
Kargar, yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Kargar, is there a way I can seek some... I can give perhaps some understanding with the dwarf that maybe I can find a way to... like an agreement between everyone to prevent bloodshed in the name of hell.
If you are capable of finding such a path, my boy, that doesn't revolve me calling in the ashes and assassinating the entire other side, please, by all means,
It's all in the name of protection of the living beings. Anyone. I just want to prevent bloodshed.
There is maybe a path, but I don't know. Like, all I know is that all I know is that if the League of Beastmen is terrified. The League of Beastmen do not want to deal with the dwarves. If we end up in a war with the dwarves, we might lose.
I want to speak to the dwarf as a third-party vision thing.
What I should also tell you that one side has to win. I'll tell you this right now. If the dwarves get a treaty with one of the factions, or both of the factions at the same time, and basically move in on this territory, we will not be able to invade, because we are too terrified of centaur and dwarves combined against us. We're not gonna fuck with that. You have a better...
I understand. I'll try to do what I can.
Also, I would not send somebody that isn't his kin.
By the way, this monk guy, I give him a little bit of the notion that I would like. I basically hint at that three-way piece that I was talking about privately with the party. I hint that at him telepathically. Right? I don't give him like all the details, but I kind of probe his mind with the thought of temporary three-way truce to deal with the drow. Then negotiate borders later.
The problem isn't the drow, my lady. That is not the complication.
Is he saying this out loud, or is he saying it in my mind?
He's saying this out loud. The complication is not the drow. Don't get me wrong, they are a piece of the problem. The problem is the territorial dispute, because technically the League of Beastmen has claimed this territory because we consider it our own, so we can basically invade, and the dwarves have the same type of treaty but based around adamantium, which is or adamantine, which is what they are.
Right.
Yeah, which
the
is
dwarves, what they're
yeah. And here's the problem. You are trying to break a treaty between three factions. The thing is that the drow is not the problem, it's the fact that my people have a greedy first people, that the kobolds, half-dragons, and the fucking dragon is some of the most scummy piece of shit. If I could annihilate all of them.
Is this him like because I've still got that telepathic link with him.
Yep.
Is this him like basically kind of dropping his mask a little bit and being frustrated?
Yep.
Does this sound like he is frustrated with corruption and ineptitude in his own government?
Yeah, because he stated to you before that the Minotaur's on the same chopping block now. We're too similar to humans, he said. See? So he's we are apparently, according to the League, too similar to humans. However, the Dragonborn, especially since the old Dragonborn king died mysteriously, I don't know how that could have happened. And the Leonin...
Wait, Alexander's father?
Yes, he died. Have you heard?
Good riddance.
Yeah,
Good riddance, but...
His son, the spellcaster, took over.
No.
Wait,
what?
Yes.
Wait, no. Alexander is dead. Is there another spellcaster?
Is it just me?
There is an Eldritch Knight fighter.
Okay, I thought that someone was imitating Alexander for it. I would just drop all of this to go kill him. Okay.
No, but I have heard about a dragonborn sorcerer somewhere that is parading like something like that. Not Alexander, not that I remember, but something called Ironhorn. But, you know, the Great Ironhorn, I believe, is what he called himself.
Eric, is that who I think it is?
But it's not important. The most important part is that I cannot tell you this enough. I will tell you this straight out. I will, because my people have been trying to... A full-blown civil war is on the rise. Alright? It's on the bend in the League of Beastmen. It's gonna happen sooner or later, where we're sick and tired of the bullshit, and we're going to rise up against them. And this is not like this civil war. We're talking hundreds of thousands of millions of soldiers going up against each other. And dragons will burn fields, and dragonborn corpses will die. It's...
Okay, I need to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently... After this, we are gonna be trying to unite a lot of the nations of Asharon to fight against Vorax.
Eric, you said that the only
Don't
thing this
rely on the League. Don't rely on the League. I'm telling you, do not do it. The League is corrupt. They will...
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
Can I with my mind powers, and I'm going to discreetly share what I'm getting with Ibisis.
Okay.
What do I know? So the memories or the information that I got from the Dwarven General's brain was simply that he in particular was only interested in getting rid of the Drow, or that his entire reason for being there, political and military, is to get rid of the Drow.
Correct.
The second one. Okay. So, in effect, the dwarves' position is we want to get rid of the Drow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's really our only issue.
And
basically much, yeah.
They need that adamantine thing
Mine
to create
help.
the things I told you about earlier in order to win that war.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Gotcha.
it's sucky,
and that's
man.
here in the Centaur territory.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
That's
The
why
League of
he's trying to make
Beastmen-
a deal with the Centaurs.
I think I can
From-
find an agreement with this.
So
knowing
here's what I now need to know. Do the League of Beastmen know, or they do know about it, but do they have any investment in it themselves?
Well, first of all, we are currently going to get one of the biggest draftable militaries. We just won't ride the...
No, I'm asking about the adamantine forge.
No, we don't get that, but we get land and farmland, which is something we need more of.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So first of all, you guys can draft that all you want later.
Don't trust the League.
How if we drew up this guy's he's saying don't trust them, but
Yeah.
he's like a big deal in their organization, right?
Within the Senate, yes, he is a big deal. The problem is, if you listen to him,
Okay, hold on.
he said that the Minotaurs are on the chopping block next. He said
Right,
this
right,
several
Well, I'm
times.
telling you,
So here's what
a
I'm
three-way
here's what I'm gonna
agreement's
propose.
not gonna work.
They are corrupt scumbags, and the kobolds are in the lead. They are going to annihilate
Right.
whatever deal. They want unconditional. Well, not surrender. I think that's unconditional agreement. I think it is. And I've tried to secure a deal with the dwarves where they just get the mine, but the problem is they really want this military agreement. They refuse to give up on it.
What's the military agreement?
The Centaurs.
The Centaurs being
Centaurs.
ridden.
Yeah.
We
In the
are
battle.
we are not willing. Okay, that was one of my main conditions to the League of Beastmen councils, and to force them to not do that. However, it seems like we're kind of in a impasse because the fucking dwarf refuses to give up on the goddamn deal.
Why is that such a problem?
Because we need them to take out the Monhelvi, which is more
Why can't all three
threatening.
of you work together? I don't understand. Why can't the dwarves ride the centaur over to help you take out the Monhelvi?
I'm over here just stroking my beard, just listening intently.
Why cannot...
Like, now I'm
Wait,
interested in it.
you're asking us why we want all... You know, I wish we lived in a perfect world where everything could go right all the time.
Don't condescend me, boy.
All right, let's...
You're talking to a guy who's lived over 3 times your age.
I will...
And Drip is a black woman.
I will say...
fair.
I will put this in a very simple but generalized thing. A deal that goes a 3-way split is not impossible, I suppose. There's always a deal to be made somewhere. The problem...
If it's impossible, it's impossible. I just like to explore
The
all
drought
options.
isn't a threat to us, which is the biggest thing. Do they become a threat to us if we decide to move in on your move in and take the territory of the League? Yes. The problem is, I don't trust the League because the League is corrupt.
What do you say that? What do you mean you don't trust them? Like you don't trust they're gonna uphold any?
Because the League has kicked out the satyrs, the centaurs, every single race that is considered similar to human, and they've done it for nothing but spite. They are.
What if we do? So what if we do this?
You're just skipping a point.
All of those.
Oh.
If all of those
Ghosty,
races have been. Oh yeah,
You're
sorry.
kind of skipping. You're kind of skipping a point what he's trying to get at. No matter how much we try to talk with the League, they will not simply just make the agreement because we are somewhat humanoid. Even if that's what he's trying to get at, one of the things he's trying to get at, if I'm not wrong,
Right.
I look at him.
And the dwarves really just want to have a tactical advantage, and they're like, no, we will only agree to this if we get our tactical advantage.
Mr.
Which
Yes.
that the people themselves have apparently agreed to.
Thorfinn Ironside, that is, you are the legendary dwarf captain. I will ask you a question. If I came to you with this deal, would you accept it?
What's the deal?
Let's put it very simply. I and my people take over the vassalization of the actual the vassalization of the Elysian exiles. However, we will give you the mines. Not only do we give you the mines, we will also give you the reasons to build military fortresses within that section, as long as it's based around a drow. However, after a certain amount of time, those structures will become ours.
I would disagree then. Only the separate reason is if we build.
That's the deal I was said to make. That's the only deal that gets to be made.
It's gonna be tough.
You can come with me to the League, but the problem is we have 24 hours. The League of Beastmen is not all corrupt council. If we can get 4 of the members, which is the minority, if we could get half of the board, which is not with this, because the racists are controlling the rest. Lobbying, man. It's so bad. Alright, so, the rich control the League. It's a problem, right? And the Ashes is currently being coal. I don't know if you know this, but for the last 2 months, I've been keeping track on the Ashes. And the Ashes is currently being funneled by... One part of the Ashes is currently being funneled by the... It's currently being not only funneled by... They are currently embezzling money. So I think that is taking money from like...
With the Ashes?
Yeah, the one half of the Ashes currently, the money is being moved within the Ashes, and I cannot figure out where the money has come from or where it is going. I only know that it is happening because I have spies.
This is getting muddied. This is
what I mean. The Ashes is corrupt right now because I think the Owlin leader.
I'm going to inject into this guy that there are 2 God Chosen on each side of this conflict that I need to take down Vorax, and I flash into his mind intensely what I saw on that day that Vorax released that spell. Right? I flood that into his mind. I flood the image of those two God Chosen that I need to recruit, and the imperative that I need to resolve this internal conflict right here, and that I do not give a flying fuck who gets the land.
Oh,
I need people to go fight a god. And so I need this person to help me, even if we have to lie and betray, he's gonna help me figure something out where these people are no longer slaughtering each other.
Since you are searching for God Chosen, it's very interesting that you point out that. So you're telling me that. So that has to do with the wishes. That's why Vorax wants them. I see. They're God Chosen. Oh. Wait. This means that the missing people.
Probably. At least, yeah.
No, you misunderstand. In the last couple of weeks, several hundred people have gone missing.
Oh.
Within the league alone.
Okay, that's another issue for another time. We're gonna shelf that one for now.
Right. Sorry, my apologies. Okay.
It's probably
What is your proposal? I need let's try to see if we can get to
So
it.
I look over at Sarius because I heard him say that, and I say yes, but there's too much to handle right now, so we'll get to it later.
Mm-hmm. All right. What is if you guys want me to sneakily get out of here?
I would like to let's note that you guys just see me standing in the corner, like kind of lighting a fire between my hands. Just it's switching colors as I'm trying to connect with Nilviron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You guys, as you are trying to connect with Nilviron, it takes like a minute because you feel the astral sea sort of like conflicting with the message that you're trying to send. It's a little
he is,
hard.
at Hammond, so
Yeah, I know, but like it's still hard to like navigate a little bit, so it's gonna take you a minute. I think you guys, I will give a deal. I will give a deal, and I will give you guys an idea. If you guys want me to slip away and tell the League of Beastmen that you guys won, that the dwarves won, I will set that up. However, if I do that and the deal hasn't happened, what is going to proceed to happen is that they're going to send somebody else, probably a half-dragon, that is not going to back down. I'm the best deal you can get, other than the Leonin ambassador. Or senator.
Okay. So here's what I would like to propose.
Mm-hmm.
Under these circumstances, if you can do that, before you go, we'll set up. Effectively, what we're doing is setting up a conspiracy where, of the races that are being discriminated against by those in power in the League of Beastmen, honestly, why not just have all of them defect and basically join up with this Centaur faction, right? With the backing of the dwarves, right? As temporary. If you're gonna feed them false information, if you're gonna go that far as to provide effectively espionage and counterintelligence,
I am one of the founding. I'm one of the leaders of the Ashes, my boy. Espionage is my trade.
Oh, sure. Sure. I'm just saying, if you're at the point where you've basically lost your allegiance to the other people in Parliament at the League.
Not all. There is people there that is good, that is currently defending my thing. The Leonin senator and the Dragonborn senator is very much worth it. It's actually, and he looks over at you, it's Alexander's mother.
Alright. Yeah.
Wait, what about her?
She is the senator for the Dragonborn.
Wait, yeah, what about her?
She is one of the most adamant defenders of the Minotaur coalition, and not only that, but we're currently working on it. The Turtles.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, then I suggest you arrange a meeting with all of these people that you deem favorable and propose the idea of splitting the League.
It's not... First of all, they have a... Okay. The problem is that I would do this if I had the entirety of the ashes under control. The problem is that they are good at espionage, and I don't trust the ashes right now. And the thing is that until we can covertly show up, I'm gonna need my best assassin back for this. My boy.
Is that Cole?
Yeah, he just said he's gonna be back. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Would you say it's been a minute at this point,
However, yes. And as you do, you see that in the flame, you see Nilviron.
Yeah, you guys see, like, from the flames, a dragon's head, like, it forms into a dragon's head.
Mm-hmm. And you see that he looks around and be like, You cannot just call me like this.
It's an emergency. I need you to come to the material world place.
Why?
I'm in the middle of a war that is not going well. And we're currently at a peace talk, and I need you to be able to stall some of the dwarves. I saw 2 other dragons at Hammond's. Can you bring them as well?
I will not bring my father and my
dragons.
uncle. I will bring Rexus, however.
That works.
I will not. I refuse to bring my uncle and my father.
Do I know him?
Huh?
Yeah, you saw a giant dragon appear.
Yeah, Ulstran, Yargrash, and Nilviron. No, you don't know Nilviron specifically. You haven't had a chance to really sit down and chat. Sadly.
Well, he showed up like a little bit earlier, but you've definitely seen him.
You see him?
No,
yeah.
I'm more interested in like, would I know him personally?
No, not on a personal level. He looks at all
Drift
of you.
knows a handful of dragons. I couldn't remember if he was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I have Marcus has been helping me with certain preparations over here, by the way, in case you want to know.
I'm back.
Oh, hello.
Oh, excellent.
Marcus has been helping with certain help with relief for the humans in the southern regions. However, Hammond has been discussing with Adam himself to try to move some of the... because Adam showed up, by the way. I forgot to mention. Adam showed up at Hammond's. The Werewolf King.
That sounds like kind of an important thing too.
Oh!
Well, we did kind of piss him off a little bit, me and Voxy.
I will show you my vision.
I forgot about that.
I will show you my...
One at a time. Please.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Sorry.
I will show you my vision. And he turns on his vision, and as you see that Hammond and Adam is currently talking to one another, and they are like, Hammond is like being like he is like not taking any shit, right? And it's clear that like Adam is like getting like huff and puff and gonna blow your fucking shit down, and Brad is like holding him back and be like, you know, they're getting a little bit like, you know, something like, yeah, things are a little bit feisty here. Don't worry, this is my mind.
I'm gonna pull out a message stone and message Hammond. Yo, I see you are hanging out with the original sin.
That ain't gonna work, my guy.
You are as you try to communicate, you realize that your message thing has disabled, and you can't send a message.
Oh,
Sending stones don't work right now.
Sending stones don't work.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did I already know that?
You did not, because you didn't try to send anything to the other party members. Hey!
We didn't try to contact them, remember?
Just now. Damn it.
You know what?
We didn't care to.
But you think you can fix this problem? Wait some time. Don't worry. They are not permanently destroyed. You can fix this. You are artificer. It is your trade. You know how to fix it.
Can I tell you that I have actually merged... I haven't addressed this out loud, but I think it makes sense for Drift to have actually merged a message stone with her smartphone that she has from the real world.
All right.
Right? So her message...
That's so funny.
It's a smartphone.
Fun.
It's a message stone, but it's just...
the
smartphone.
Do you have to be worried about... also, I just realized, you just made the Doctor Who thing, didn't you? You piece of shit.
Basically.
Yeah, oh my god. You made the Doctor Who phone with the SIM card. You piece of shit. I hate you. Anyway, it's
I
no
don't
you.
know what's going on anymore.
Okay, so you see the dragon. He looks at you. Right. Do we need to worry about unwanted attention?
What do you mean by unwanted attention? Flying through the air?
I suppose. Do you want me to walk there?
I feel like the more attention you get, probably the better.
Should we worry about the
All right.
anti-air?
All right, I will come.
The more
Okay,
people that see you guys, the better.
I will sneak. I will seek. I am going to ask you to roll me. Okay, so I'm going to sneak out of here. Don't worry, it is okay. However, I do want to stress that that it's not going to be easy. I'm going to see if I can pull Hammond away. Hammond, and this has said builds the spell.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to roll me a D100, Raven.
Hold a minute. I'm doing it physical. If I can grab my dice. There it is. That one, and... Yeah. There we go. Gonna move down the camera real quick.
Well, I'm sorry, what's being rolled again?
A D100. What's the roll? Can you tell me the numbers?
That's a 4.
Oh, that's a 4. Okay.
Exactly a 4, that's crazy.
Okay.
At least if I'm reading it correctly, hold on a minute.
Okay.
That's crazy, I got exactly a 1.
You see that in the air, far away, you see that there is a dragon that spawns, but he is, like, extremely far away. But he's huge, He's massive. You can see him from kilometers away. He's a dot right now. It's gonna take him 2 to 3 hours to get here. But he's flying very close to Ash
Mountain.
Mountain.
2 dragons if he's bringing a Rex?
Oh yeah, Rexus, yeah. Which is even bigger, actually. I just forgot. Jesus Christ, he's a Titanic dragon. He's bigger than a skyscraper. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I'm bringing in the gun squad.
Alright. So, okay, so Ivory is now going to basically say, alright guys, I think the plan is, and I want to basically say this so that anybody can object, and I look directly at Sarias as I say this, if anybody needs to object to what the plan seems to be. That plan being, so far as I've gathered, we're going to walk up to everybody else over there who is a member of the delegation and propose the idea of basically shifting everything around, agreeing to the terms of the dwarves, and also bisecting the League of Beastmen into 2 separate parties, and the party that aligns with... What was this guy's name again? The Minotaur.
My name is Kargar.
Kargar, my apologies.
Kargar.
Well, I assumed I had already known it, but if I
do.
You're all good. You're all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Anyways, everybody who sides with him will basically join the Centaurs in the negotiations with the dwarves. Does that make sense? Am I wrong about any of that?
It makes sense, but I think it might be a bad idea to try to separate the League of Beastmen. Are we sure that this is the right time to create a conflict there instead? We're just moving the problem. And if it's only my opinion, I would rather be allied with the League of Beastmen than with the Centaurs at the moment. They are more powerful force.
But if they're corrupt, then wouldn't that...
Than the Centaurs. But we're talking about who the Centaurs swear an allegiance to. That's the point. Do the Centaurs swear an allegiance to the League of Beastmen, who this senator seems to claim that the League of Beastmen is actually kind of falling apart at the seams? For me, it seems... My position, and again,
I get what
you may disagree,
saying,
but it seems like...
And I do agree from, like, the best thing in the world and the fairyland that it's best to join with the dwarves. But as it stands right now, we are not in a fairy world. We have a bigger issue, and we know that.
I think the bigger issue has become convoluted and petty. It sounds like a bunch of people who really have no business making decisions that they're making are creating division within the League of Beastmen, and that
Yes.
it's going to collapse regardless anyways. And so if we can bisect it now between the people who are reasonable and looking for cooperation and the people who are the ones causing the dissemination, we can allow those who are parasites to perish by themselves, while the rest of those who are willing to cooperate with one another against common enemies.
I think you're simplifying that problem. I don't think it's that simple.
You're
I was
right,
about to
it
say
is more
the same.
complicated than that. But it's also not my problem to babysit an entire country, and we have a demigod to slay.
Yeah, and that's the reason why it is your problem.
No, it isn't.
Then this
Me
entire
brokering a
conflict
temporary
is...
peace right now is purely out of self-interest. I
but
don't
that's only
care.
temporary. We
Yeah,
needed to live
exactly.
and
You are completely
we're just-
forgetting about the
we're
lives.
just
that are at
moving the
stake.
problem along. We're just moving
The lives are at
problem-
stake, yes, but it's
Yes.
not our problem.
No, I agree.
We are not the leaders making these decisions. If you
But
want to...
we need to be more realistic here. If we help out here and create the conflict with the League of Beastmen, we would have a conflict with the League of Beastmen that could wait till after we have dealt with Warwick.
And
So instead of having a conflict here, we have a conflict with the League of Beastmen. That's the thing I mean with we're just moving the conflict along.
The dwarves do seem competent, if there's any consolation. Like your people, and he points at you, Torfin, are very good at warfare. You're so good you annihilated the drow during the Northern War. Now, it's...
That's what
I do
I'm
have
saying.
to say, yeah, no, I think if we're siding with anyone, it's definitely the dwarves. They're just way more competent, as much as I hate to say that.
I agree.
Currently, the League of
the dwarves
Beastmen
would be
Hold
a
on.
bit of
hold on.
And what I'm
Thorfinn
saying
kind of-
is, I think those in the League of Beastmen who are, for lack of a better way of saying it, worthy of my mercy.
But I don't care what your mercy is.
You speak like you are a god.
Thorfinn
No,
kinda
but
like
I am the
everyone
one. I am a god chosen, same as everyone else, and I recognize that not only does that afford me a great responsibility, but the power to enforce that responsibility.
I
Listen,
And that
understand.
responsibility is to kill a demigod.
I am
Listen.
just saying, be careful not to
let
become
Ghost
what
speak.
you seek to destroy. That's all I'm saying.
A
Listen.
fair statement, and I apologize if I'm coming across pompous.
Little bits.
Let me.
Backhand.
Yeah, what is it?
Thorfinn kind of cuts off everyone. The thing we're missing right now is we are trying to get free nations or free different groups of people to try to work together. I agree that we should probably take a part of the league, because if the league is corrupted, that corruption is just going to get worse, and that can lead to not death on my kin, but also the Centaurs. So
I
what
feel
I
like-
think... Continue.
I was going to say, personally, I feel like if it seems that the league is corrupt,
You
my
must.
theory would be that there is probably a mole inside of the.
Rot can be dealt with if it is separated from that which is healthy.
You may wonder. I have a question to you. The reason why, and I want this to be known to you, Torfinn, specifically you, so it can be set in with your people.
By the way, Eric, for
Yeah.
the most recent part of the conversation, I've been translating to fucking what's her face over here.
Yeah, completely fine. I will put this in a very simple term. The reason why I even want you guys to make sure is because of him. And he points at Torfinn. I believe that if I am able to secure this deal with you, which is a big if, well, it's not a deal as much as a promise. If this deal happens, I will ask specifically the dwarves to come help us in the future. If the dwarves win. my side of the argument, my side of the war, will need the dwarves. For they have a dragon.
Can you explain what you mean by that? By the dwarves winning? You mean winning against the drow?
No, you misunderstand. If the dwarves win this conflict with the centaurs, if this becomes a null and void argument, which ends up having them win, right? What is going to happen is that if this all becomes part of the Dwarven kingdoms, well, technically they are not vassals, they are technically a military alliance and defensive.
Right,
but
a colony, whatever it is.
The point is that I will need the dwarves' help to root out this corruption in the future. That's my point.
So you're saying that if we make this deal, that you are gonna... You want to request my help.
I will if you promise me to help my people, I will intentionally lose this fight. I will let you win.
I kind of like scruff my beard a little bit. The only problem is,
and this guy, because I'm still telepathically linked with this guy, and he and I are like total honesty at this point. Like, there's no lying, right? I have not told anything that's untrue.
He seems very honest, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, right. Because we're like connected on a psychological, on like a deep psychological level.
If you want to, you can make an insight check as well. If that is
true. Can I do that with advantage? Because we're.
I'm gonna say because of the ring, it's kind of also disadvantaged, which is why. But it's because of the ring.
Okay, fair. Normal.
Yeah.
Normal. Yeah.
When I'm talking to him, I'll be like,
"Damn, you know what? I'm gonna do
unfortunate.
A 9. You know what? Make it a 14. I'm gonna add a flash of genius on it. Make it a 14.
All right.
Get anything from that?
Oh, damn, it's so hard to fucking tell this shit. You are able to tell by reading his body language that he, and also with the mind connection, that, shit, what are you trying to glean? I'm sorry, I gotta just get a quickie.
I guess I want to know what is the most important thing for him right now? Is that to gain support so that he can root out the fucking douchebags?
The most important for him is a united league.
Right. And one that's not... Okay, and so it's one of those things where he has a lot of animosity towards those that are causing dissemination and strife.
Another thing that you think is very important to him is Golden, but that's not important. It's just something to point out.
It's just kind of there. It's just kind of like in the background.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But does that sound accurate to say that like his most important thing is that he hates all of the backstabbing and bullshit that goes on in his government, and he really doesn't care less. He really could care less about this particular issue.
I mean, you think that he wants to murder all of them? Like, you think that he wants to use the ashes to literally just use them to literally assassinate them in their sleep? But the problem is one of them is a dragon, which is not ideal.
Right.
I mean, you could try to ask Nilviron to kill him. I guess that could work. I mean...
I think we should get to what Thorfinn was trying to say.
Yeah, Thorfinn.
What was Thorfinn trying to say? Sorry.
So I'm like roughing my beard, and I'm like, I agree. If I was in a position of power right now, but merely I'm just a captain due to some reasons, I would definitely agree to this proposal. But the problem is, right now, is I am not at a position to make this agreement.
Do you believe the general would
I do not. I trust you, because if you travel with my boy must honor you. But I will still ask, and this is the thing, I will ask for a blood bond with you. I can't ask this for Stein, because he will not give up. But if you do this, if you give me your word, I will give you my word that I will back out, I will not take part in this, and I will even misdirect my own people, and don't worry, I'll be fine, my boy. Alright? He looks at you. And I will misdirect my people, and they will call me an idiot, which is the intent.
Hey, I'm gonna call the others over here. Let's wrap this deal up with what they think as well. And I'm gonna whistle super loudly, and get the attention of all 4 of these people over here who are
wait,
still...
before you do that.
Okay, you stop me before I do that.
Torfin, do you believe that you and Rurik could have a good amount of say together over this general that's here right now, or no?
No offense to my brother next to me, Rurik. He's still a brand new captain. He has a lot to say, but
Wait.
if anything,
they're not high-ranking enough to actually override the general.
Isn't there
I
Sorry.
can convince him. I've been in battle with him. We've fought a lot of battles together. We won a lot of wars. I've been with this man for most of my life. I will be able to convince him.
Alright.
Can't you just kill him and take the power? Isn't there an old sort of like Norse tradition where you literally just kill the king and then become the king?
You're just taking my plan from last session.
I think it sounds a little disrespectful, personally, but
In this case, I will take it. Kill the general, become the general. Solves my problems.
No, it's not. It's not like that.
I will finally break my fucking silence. This is a challenge of honor, of battle, and you dare disrespect it?
Wait, who's disrespecting what now?
Cole.
What did Cole say?
Cole didn't do shit.
I am just trying to prevent bloodshed, Rurik.
Bloodshed is usually what's needed, despite how little or how much there is.
No offense.
Not always.
No offense, but
Okay.
it seems like bloodshed is gonna happen anyway. So
Yeah.
This
This is about less bloodshed.
This is
I kind of take the Minotaur off to the side so I can talk to him, just me and him real quick. Because everyone's kind of like arguing still, so I'm going to take him off to the side.
Okay,
Rurik? All right, good. Yeah, all right. You grab Rurik and you take him away.
Rurik the Minotaur.
I take
the
both.
Minotaur.
I take
sorry, I
both.
thought
I take
Rurik.
both.
Sorry, my bad.
I take both.
Get off me! Stop
Oh,
letting
both
me
of them.
up.
Oh, both of them. All right, got it.
I'll take both of them.
He just carries me away like a suitcase.
He just has you by the shoulder. Just get over here.
He
Yeah, I take
by the belt.
Yeah, I take Rurik and the Minotaur off to the side real quick.
All right.
I'll be
You
right
guys
back,
are gonna
Colin.
do
I
your
forgot
thing
to
and
get something.
All right.
You guys are gonna do your thing in just a second. I'm gonna say, anybody who wants to go introduce our proposal to the others, go ahead and follow me, because that's what I'm gonna go do while they're having their little discussion.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah. Go on, Torfin.
If you give me your promise that we side with the Centaurs, that you will support us, we will help you with your cost to fix the League of the Beastmen.
I promise, within my power and honor, I will do this. Because I promise that I will retreat. I will make sure that the League of Beastmen is none the wiser, and I will go back and I will look at my own at the ashes and make sure to try to figure out more about this information to when my son comes back to help me with the situation. And I promise I will make sure that they think you won, and I will go right now. And he bites his finger and he lets out a little bit of blood. He does out of his hand. He does as he reaches out his hand. If you promise to help. And we will seal in blood like the ancient gods used to do the fucking thing. I don't know how this works. I only know Zeus, okay? He does things weirdly. Alright.
I look at Rurik, I'm like, this. I kind of like cuddle with Rurik. The reason why I'm doing this is because if we do give an idea, let's say we do give a deal with the Centaurs, the League of Beastmen will be upset. And we don't know if they might just attack or just cower away. I'd rather deal. Say that?
It's probably the only way anyway.
Yes. Because if it is corrupt.
We better do this quick because he looks like he's losing a lot of blood. He's about to faint.
Yeah. So I kind of break the huddle and I do the same thing. I bit my thumb, smeared some blood in my hand, and I give him a handshake.
Yes, du skuld kilkavulkas stulk. And he places his other hand upon you, and you see like that there's a shine that happens. Alright. And you see that he is light in his eyes as you see that he becomes charmed, you do. And he looks it down at you. My task has begun. Thank you. He places his hand on both of your shoulders.
Is he also charmed?
What?
It's not like the charm condition, it's that they have a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but he said that he looks charmed. Like
Yes.
he gets the impression that there's like a charm spell. So I get the impression that that's kind of how it works. Is like through the contract, you guys are like magically charmed to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt you're seeing
Fascinating.
this.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh, yeah,
strange,
no,
but
I was-
okay.
I, the player, want to know, not
No,
the
no,
Okay,
you're
fair.
fine.
Sorry,
You're fine.
just wanted to make sure.
And he,
Yeah,
he nods at
character
you.
was- Yeah,
He does.
this is purely for Will's knowledge.
I will now retreat and tell my boy I love him. All right, and I basically then place my hand around my head and I go invisible. And being this big of a guy, by the way, just disappearing. So shocking! Oh my god, incompetence of a Minotaur. Oh my god, that's so surprising that the Minotaur would just disappear.
I look, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I turn to Thorfinn. Wait, he has a child?
I guess he has a child.
I
probably-
honestly expected them both to touch fingertips and go, pinky swear.
I laugh. I look at Rurik, I'm like, but brother, this general, I've been with him my whole life. I fought battles and won wars with him. He might be as hesitant at first, but he will listen to his captains. Especially me.
Has he always been like this, all genocidal?
Yes. But I'm
That is
saying
not
if
the hero I've heard about.
it's the longer you live, the more battles you see how a man can change. But
We can
if
either
we
be...
if both captains, both me and you, convince him and talk to him, he will be convinced.
You can either be
And
the
if he
person
isn't?
that's... Sorry. My bad.
Continue, Beacon.
No, I was just going to
No.
say, you can either be the person that saves... You can either be the person that saves
You either
the
die the
person-
hero or live long enough to become the
No.
villain.
You either save a person or you save the world. It's you can either be the person that saves a person or saves the world. This is a great example. Anyway, yeah, continue. My apologies.
So just in general, he will listen. If we both say this is a good idea, he will accept it.
And if he doesn't?
I'll find a way.
Murder time.
All right.
I kind of put my hand on Rurik's shoulder and pats him. I'm like, I'm trusting.
You just got blood on the arm, you bastard.
It'll get washed up. Don't worry.
Ivory telepathically overheard murder time and said,
That is not. I'm not with them. I'm with you. Remember?
Oh,
That's just me saying it.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
You think they'd invite an elf over there to have that conversation?
Yeah, exactly.
Murder time. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really act the elf since you know it's murder time.
I started walking towards General.
Yep. You see. Yep. It's.
All right.
all right.
Are we gonna do
I'm
my?
getting off.
Are we? Oh, you're getting off.
All good.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, by the way. I know you're sick.
See you next week.
Get better.
See you next week.
Adios.
No
Get
promises.
well.
All right.
No promises.
All right.
Okay.
Continue. Yes. I'm enjoying
Okay,
this
we have-
session.
Well,
This session is
Orphan-
really good. I love it so much. Anyway,
This session
Or-
has just been basically narrowed down to politics.
Damn it! So good. It's so good. Anyway, yeah.
Thorfinn goes behind a general, but I'm gonna let all y'all do your thing first. So, but he's like right next to a general, like trying to talk to him.
You see that Asharon like looks at the king and be like, I know that it seems like my system doesn't work, Cleon. I know. And then Cleon is going to say, Asharon, it's not that. Your system doesn't work. See, you need to make quick decisions, fast. And I don't mean to mansplain. I know I'm being a dickhead here by doing this. But your system is so slow, you might as well just send a snail to deliver your messages. You have to send a message to each and every person, and then they have to send a message to you on how to respond. That's the problem. You want to give the power to the people. I love that. Personally, if we could do that right now, I would go for it. The problem is, we can't. We need somebody to be at the helm to make the hard decisions. If we can't make those hard decisions quickly, then we die. The Drow are building up an army. I told you this. It's...
Is that Ibis's?
Yeah, that's Ibis's.
He looks at you. Oh, hello, Ibis. Sorry, we were having a very tame conversation. Oh, hello.
So...
There's something about all of you. You see that Theo says, I can't quite place my finger on it.
We're not drunk enough.
What?
I'll drink to that.
It's like
grab a cup of mead.
It's like I pull out.
I'd love to have a drink. That'd be great. Yeah. Especially with this fucking
family
nightmare.
pulls out a cup of mead out of nowhere, just starts chugging it.
You see that he's looking at. You see the king is like looking at you. I believe you wish to speak to me. Also, sorry about the general earlier. I want to preface this. Alexander, it's my fault. Well, it's... Until he
doesn't matter. As long as everybody's being respectful, it's fine. I just, I put my foot down on that one.
I know, but it's my fault. I shouldn't have. It's my fault that he died.
I'm just...
What? Who died?
I'm just saying out of context.
Oh.
Like our character and everything. I'm just saying, Thorfinn is not liking. Who is? I forgot her name.
Asharon?
No, Drift.
Drift.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Ivory? You don't like Ivory?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like pompous, like people that like. So like Thorfinn's whole style is like he rather just like he could be like a high general, like he could be a really important someone, but he refuses to be a stuck-up bitch, and he kind of sees her kind of as a stuck-up bitch. So he's like he's chilling, like he's not completely like.
The energy you should get is from a very successful genius.
Yeah,
that's why he's not. That's why, he's not liking you.
Success or not, that's still gonna give you
you're kind of using your
up.
power and acting like you're higher than everyone else. That's why he's not liking that.
Yeah, she's got that energy. There is a little bit of like, she doesn't necessarily like. She's not completely stubborn, right? Like if someone corrects her, she's not like hostile or anything. But she does assume that she's correct until someone tells her she's wrong, and then you know what I mean. So it's like, yes, she is. She is a little bit... She's definitely arrogant to some extent, but not like...
I am so sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah,
anyway,
this is better to explore in character.
Yeah,
in character. We'll do that later. Anyways, point is...
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll push in. Ivory's going to say, okay,
They were having a discussion, by the way, when you joined, and it was just about the simple... conversation of like, this doesn't work, it does work, right? And it's like, yeah,
and Ivory's overhearing that, and she's gonna jump in and be like, yeah, everybody's got different, managerial, administrative, and logistic, differences in how they want to handle things, yada yada yada. That's not the point. Right now, we've got bigger things to worry about, which is this, and I'd like to present Eric. Can I do like an intelligence roll to see if I have properly, or like to see how well I've written up like a draft of a treaty document.
Okay.
Basically
Roll me a
explaining
society
everything we
check.
talked about.
Okay, let's call it an intelligence check to see how
Raw
good your
intelligence.
advocative tutorial stuff is. I believe you as a person, not Drift, would be that good at this. Like you, IRL, I believe you
Can
do
I
this.
give the help action here?
Sure, I
Yeah.
believe you would be.
Yeah,
No,
we're
that,
basically,
I'll say
so
advantage.
basically, right before we walked over, her and I quickly wrote up basically a draft of an agreement between
I'm
both
still gonna
the
need to know-
representatives of the League of Beastmen, the Centaurs, and the dwarves present. And it's basically like if everybody agrees, they all sign it, and everybody walks away happy.
Okay, the problem with that is that I need to know what's on the treaty. I can't just sign something random.
No, it's everything that we just discussed, right? So it's everything about like we're gonna create a plan to bisect the League of Beastmen so that we can get the Centaurs accepted by the League of Beastmen, the new League of Beastmen that is not a bunch of racist dickheads, who also have the support of the dwarves. The dwarves get their forge, and they get to ride their Centaurs into battle if they want to, right? That's the whole contract. It's like here's what you all get.
Okay, you write this in, and you see that the first thing that the king does is that he passes...
Well, hold on. Do you want me to roll intelligence?
Roll intelligence, sure, yeah.
Yeah, what does a help action give you again?
Advantage.
Because I'm just going to take in everything into mind, and I'm just going to respond as honestly as I can. I'm gonna respond as honestly as I can. As you, the 19 is still pretty good, I'd say.
I'm also gonna hit it with a flash of genius, so that's actually a 24.
Okay, I'll take a 24.
Hey, well, you could also, you could also say this is what, flippin' Aoife would be fine with something like this, or something along those lines.
Hold on. I'm going to
You
make this as simple as possible.
Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Like, since Aoife, like, kind of was more with you, like, you could try to, like, mentally towards what's her name again?
Centaur
Female
woman.
Centaur.
Yeah. Asharon.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of just a little mental bribery.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
I am gonna, as you pass this book, I'm going to be straight up with you. The king is gonna read it. He's going to hold on for a moment. And I'm gonna pretend like you did not write on the document and showed it to the king that your League of Beastmen piece of shits have backed out, because that's not gonna be very good. That's a really bad idea, and I'm gonna say that 19 made sure that you worked around that legal loophole, so don't worry about that. So here's
it's 24 now.
Whatever. Point still matter. The point still matters. So here's where we're gonna go with this. You wrote down a legal document that basically says that the Centaurs will, and you can stop me and ask me if I am correct. That is the number one thing I want you to keep in mind. Legally binding, the Centaurs and all of the Centaurs, including the Anarchists and the Monarchists, will unite under one faction until the Drow threat has been dealt with, and the Dwarves will get the mine, and not only that, but they will also be a unified treaty between the...
Your share on Discord is making noises again.
Okay, yeah, good. Thank you for keeping me posted. I gotta fucking fix that. Anyway, yeah, it's all good. Okay, so under the circumstances, you're making the fair but honest argument. Also, is this new stuff, or is this... No, I'm okay. I don't know why I'm panicking. There we go. Okay, there we go. And you're making the argument that, okay, so the Centaurs are, if they... Okay, I still don't understand how you're going to get both sides to agree to be apart. That is something
what I feel like we worked out with the Minotaur guy is that there is a large amount of disagreement within the League of Beastmen, and that it's
when
on the
he's
verge of
saying
collapse already.
both sides, he's talking about the king and the anarchists.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's what he's talking about.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that was covered by you guys will unite temporarily until after the Drow are dealt with, and then you can renegotiate terms for how governance happens or does not happen.
All right. Here's what happens. And also you guys can see the dragons getting very close now. They fly very close to Ash Mountain.
What are their reactions to seeing these dragons, or have they just not noticed them yet?
Dragons are a blip in the distance, and dragons are not very uncommon to see, I guess. I mean, they are uncommon, but they're not like,
And they're also not exactly looking for them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
You basically look at this drafty treatment. They look at this treaty, and you see that he points it out, Theo. And he gives it to Theo. And Theo reads it entire way through. And you see Theo looks like he's smarter than his dad. As you glean this from him.
I mean, maybe he understood something that his dad didn't quite get.
He looks at his dad and he points out and says, they want us to... Okay, here's what I think. If we...
Oh, and remember, in this draft, it mentions that the Anarchist Party has been given access to some advanced technology, and that they will share that with you in exchange for... Right, like that will be their contribution instead of being forced
Independence.
Okay, let's pass this off in a very simple way. If we take this deal, and we take the deal with the dwarves, and you want us still to become riders, right? Alright, you are going to manufacture and give my riders specifically your weapons so that they are safer. You see that needs to be draftable, and it needs to be arguable. Sounds fair to everybody? And also, I know you have this gas that is able to kill off thousands of people. By the way, I'm not an idiot.
Oh yeah, we totally have that.
Is he talking to us or the dwarves?
I don't know what it's called. Theo, what is it called?
It's mustard gas, right?
Yeah,
I look over at Ibis.
Yeah, he looks at you and says,
Ibis
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's
well, she doesn't. She knows mustard gas. She
but you.
I'm just gonna make Theo be my voice.
Oh, actually, sorry. I flippin' Ibis looks horrified at just like the implication of what it is.
Yeah, and he looks at and Theo is gonna have like my normal voice. I'm just gonna make that be the thing, and he's gonna look at you and be like, well, first of all, there is a thing. We need to be assured that our faction will not just be wiped out once the dwarves roll in. Also, secondly, I know Kargar is not the biggest fan of the League, and trust me, that is not a question. And I
point out to him that written in in this draft agreement, it is that the dwarves will be allowed to commence in cooperative military tactics with any consenting centaur, right? In addition to their license to make use of the adamantine mines and forge.
Not make use, but get the rights of.
Stein, I do want to ask, is the riding of our of us necessary? Right. So, here's the thing. This is something that we need. If you want the Drow wiped out, if you want them completely annihilated, going north, we're going to need to use you as cavalry, and we're going to need to ride you, because that's an extra turret. It's logical. It's brilliant.
If I may, General. It's not necessarily that they need to. It's that it would make the battle a lot less costly on your end and the dwarves' side if you worked together in this way. It's about killing the enemy and losing as few men as possible. Am I understanding that properly? And I look at the general.
He senses something behind him, and he looks behind him, and he looks at you, Thorfinn. Thorfinn! What is it, lad? And he looks at you, Thorfinn.
I got good news for you.
Alright. What is the good news? Have you secured the treaty deal? Have you secured the treaty deal? I'm just gonna do this instead. Have you secured a treaty deal? have you done it?
Have you done it yet?
Did you manage to do it? I see the Minotaur's not around. Is it done?
So I made a pact with the Minotaur.
What kind of pact?
This is what we need to convince you on. So, he will negate or lie to a League of Beasts about our agreement here.
He will lie to the bloody furries? He says very quietly as he doesn't want to insult the
Drift heard that anyways because she still got her detect thoughts and things that you say.
Yeah.
You whispered or technically search thoughts. So she hears that and she goes, "Yeah, exactly."
Okay, what is the... Okay, here's the biggest question. What did that bloody Minotaur... Brilliant Minotaur, by the way, want?
The League, from what I heard from him, that the League of Beasts, they are at a disarray. Some of them are good, while the other ones are corrupt. He wants us to help them basically change that. Beat and help them fix the League of Nations. And with this, I made a pact with him to help him. If we are able to do this, we won't just have the Centaurs on our side, but we will also have the League of Beasts at our aid, too. If we are able to help them, that is.
Wait. I believe that this is a treaty we can get behind. It's not bad.
Yeah, basically you're trading one small civil war
for
a bigger civil war.
Well,
yes.
You may not know this, and he looks over at you, Drift, but the League of Beastmen are the greatest army within the entirety of our within the world. I hope you do know that. It's not an easy fight.
I had heard that.
Oh, you should see what the front lines do. They're brilliant. See, they place... Oh, right, I shouldn't get into it now. Anywho, it's... Alright, so, how did you... He looks down upon your hand. You made a blood pact?
Indeed.
You do know that if you break this track, you die.
That's why, even if you don't want to do it, I'll do it myself and I'll help them.
Think about it this way. The new League of Beastmen that will come about as a result of this will be much more willing to negotiate with you in the future.
That's how I was saying, brother. Think about it. If we help them take out the bad apples off the League of Beasts, we will have not just the Centaurs.
I'm willing to make a different trade agreement. I have a bit of a different style. I will tell you this. My king, my high king, and the other 6 kings of the dwarven lands, I will speak for them plainly. I will make a different deal with you. I will sit down with you, and I will make sure this happens. Here's what I do. First step, we will turn. Not only will we use you as cavalry, there's no doubt about it. Sorry, Theo. I know. But the thing is, I will only use you for a cavalry until, rideable cavalry, I should specify. I will make the deal. Write this down, lady! Malk!
Hey, I'm a doctor.
Don't worry, Drift, I'm writing it down.
Alright.
You can't write.
I bring over a copy for him, and I'm like, by the way, it does note down here that like any willing and consenting centaurs can be used for these express.
So volunteers, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah. So hand them a few coins. You put your soldiers on their backs. They charge into battle with you. Easy. Easy
Also,
wins.
a lot of the people from the anarchist side, from what I can gather from Drift, would be completely willing to do that, as it's already a part of that deal.
You see that Asharon walks up to the king, and she looks him straight in the eye. And no more fucking children in your armies. That is a non-negotiable deal. I don't care how few of us there are left. There will be no more children in our armies. I don't care.
Can I show His Majesty something?
Yes.
I'm going to open a portal, and I'm going to say, Your Majesty, if you will, step in with me for a moment, please. And we don't need to go there, but...
And you see that Theo stops him for a second. Wait. Can I go in first?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Alright. I don't trust you, no offense. And he steps into the portal. He does.
And then I say, Your Majesty, if you would...
And now we close it.
Yeah. The king steps into the portal, he does.
Alright, I follow them through, and you can change the map if you want, or we can just leave it here. Either way...
Did the general walk in too?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was the king, his son, and me so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where are we going with this?
And I close that, or I don't close that portal, but I just kind of lock it.
Mm-hmm.
This leads right in front of the city that we came from, and I basically point to them and show them all of the technology and the defenses that we helped them create. And I said, look, I taught the blacksmiths here how to make all this shit. If you apply all this stuff to your regular soldiers, you'll have a much better fighting chance. Right? And as a means of saying, you don't need to worry necessarily too much about how many people you have to put up, how many bodies you have to put up in this war, if you can put up quality over quantity.
Not only will we become a player within the world, not only that, but we can actually ensure world peace.
Yeah.
You do not realize this.
The United States rising.
You do not realize this, but we need to annihilate the gnomes. I hope you realize this. The gnomes are tinkerers, but they are also Nazis.
Hold on.
What's a Nazi?
How do they know about Nazi?
The halflings are the cool ones with the drugs, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I know quite a few.
I was like, wait, hold on, are they under the, but no.
Anyways, okay, so we'll talk about the gnomes some of the time. But, anyways, this is the idea, right?
The Malachi is gone, and with them their sickly emperor, which is not a bad thing. And I've heard that Adam has been moving in on the... I've heard that... Why did I make him Scottish? I've heard that...
I heard that Adam...
I've heard that Adam... I've heard that Adam has been moving in on the human territories. If you don't know, he's currently at war with the gnomes.
Okay, well, that's something I'll have to deal with some of the time. Again, I've got so many other bigger fish to fry. I'm trying to resolve this as quickly as possible in the most efficient way possible.
He looks around at the possibilities he does, and you think that, Theo especially is thinking, and you see that Theo lets out...
Oh, and as I say, I have so many other bigger fish to fry, I flash them the images of Vorax and the destruction that he has wrought. Just to remind them of, that's the fish I'm trying to fry.
You see that the king looks at everything he does, and he looks down at you. I will accept this. Wait, there's still more things to be worked out. I will not sign this yet. However, I will stand by...
This is just a proposal.
I will stand by my army for a... we will stand down our army, won't we, Dad? Right, yeah, we should probably stand on our army, yeah. Alright, here's the deal. We need the centaur. I will send back the children. I almost said my children. They're not my children. That would be impressive. But it's
it's Adam.
no, it's not. Man, imagine if I was that much of a whore. Anyway, yes, I will send back the children to their parents.
Release the minors from military service.
Mm-hmm. All right, maybe there's got to be. However, I do want to stress this out. I need to speak to the dwarf. Can I walk out of here?
Yeah, we oh yeah, no, yeah. As soon as he says that, we run back to the portal.
All right. And as it does, he looks at.
Yeah, as soon as he was ready, the portal was open on our end. I closed it on the other end so that no one could follow. But as soon as he decided to walk back through it, he was free to do so.
All right. You see that he basically walks back out and he looks at the guy, and as he sees that, you see that the dragons both land onto the ground. They do, and they basically, and you see that Nilviron and Rexus both land, and they're like, "What is going on? What is going on?" And you see,
I dap up Rexus.
It's like, "Hey, Drift! Hey!"
I dap up Rexus.
Yeah, and you see that he's like,
just imagine the POV of the other people. They're just like giant dragon
straight
appears.
up. Ibissus like looks at him with a kind of a. As you dap up Rexus, I just kind of facepalm like, what the hell are these guys doing?
And as you guys hear this, the sound of them landing, you guys hear something else. You do. Fire?
Ooh.
You guys see that coming from the top of the mountain. You see a meteor come down and crash land in the field north of you. You do.
What?
As the dragons...
Counter spell?
It's not a damage shit! Jesus Christ! What the fuck do you think this is?
Nah, bro, you don't understand. Deflect missile.
Deflect energy, just ding.
My god. And you guys see that coming out of the smoke, you see that Vorax comes out. You didn't exactly make it stealthy, guys. I mean...
Nope, I know.
Yeah. You guys see that the main villain of the campaign shows up like a meteor, he does. And he brushes himself off.
I flip him off.
Wait, what did I just miss? I missed something.
You saw
Vorax landing like a meteor.
Vorax is here.
Vorax literally summoned himself like a meteor from the top of the mountain and crashed himself down
Vorax is here?
Yeah.
Vorax. What?
You guys summoned the dragon! I don't know what you want from me!
Okay. Ibissus immediately shouts, "Evacuate everyone immediately!"
You see that he... you guys see... You summoned 2 dragons! Like, what is a skyscraper? I'm sorry! This...
Wait, hold on. So both the dragons landed and then Vorax appeared?
Vorax appeared like a meteor, he did. And he lands to the north, he does. Let me get his image. Yeah, I'm gonna make it better.
Get on the dragons, it's time to ride!
Alright, it's gonna be... You see that as he... Yeah, I can never make that landing proper. And he brushes himself off and he gets back up and he walks out of the pits and looks at you and he says, "I knew you were back in the material plane." And he faces from his old man form to his like lich form he does.
I flip him off and say, "Go back, you witch, you ugly fuck."
He tilts his head slightly and grins.
Where is he? He's to the north.
He's to the north. Yes, he lands to the north.
I can't see him on the map.
I'm trying to find his token. You have to give me a second.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Leader of the mind.
I go over to Torfin, and I give him like a... I give you like a death stare.
How about you just get the fuck out of here?
We should probably leave.
We do not want to mess with the main bad guy. Okay.
You guys see that he looks at you, and he basically says to you that, and as he gets up, you see that he basically starts to heal, like his body starts to heal, but there's no spell that is cast. It is. And you see that he basically stands up, and he basically brushes himself off, and you see that his lich skin faces out with his old man face. And he stares at you, the players, he does, and he lets out, I knew I would find you eventually. He stares at all of you. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? You see Nilviron says to them. You see Nilviron points at Vorax and be like,
I very quickly send some mental images of what Vorax did to Nilviron.
Can I get him too? Because I don't know who this is.
Oh yeah, I sent him to you as well.
And Thorfinn, you need to send it to Thorfinn and Rurik, and literally, you need to send it to a lot of players. This needs to go
In fact, what I do is I very quickly prompt Ivisis to share her memories of Vorax with me, and then I broadcast them to everyone here.
Yep, I did. I accept that.
Cool. Okay, everybody gets a mental image of who this fucker is.
Who is this? And you see that the king basically and you send this to him, and you see that he's like, Theo, evacuate everybody. Send everybody on their way.
You just have to run.
Do not stop. Go! Start the evacuation right now! I'm coming with you! Dwarf! And he lifts the dwarf onto his back, and he rides towards the city of Kalik, the city that you guys came from, the players. And I
summoned my portal over what's-her-face.
It does.
And send her back to the town.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And you guys all basically... And you see that he looks at you, says... My brothers, little God-chosen. Wow, I was wondering when I would see you again.
Eric, do you think I would be compelled to don the armor by his presence?
You can absolutely don the armor, and...
Well, but do you think I would be compelled to do so?
This is fright, Will. I can't explain terror to you. It's only what this would activate every fear in your body. This guy almost annihilated the entire team. He disintegrated Merlin.
Right, no, I was more talking about from the relationship of that armor. Right?
Oh,
like that
yes.
armor is significant. You think okay? So yeah, so then I fully transform in this moment. I fully transform.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. Somebody's trying to speak through you. Will you allow it?
I know who this is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully allow it.
You see that Will entirely like starts to fizzle out, and his eyes goes from being the normal thing to completely black. He does, and you see that the smoke starts to come out of Will. You see that, brother,
out of ivory.
Yeah.
Brother, Mjolnir, you shouldn't be in that motel. Why? Don't kill them. They do not deserve to die. Brother, please. Leave them alone. You've already taken your hundreds. Go back.
Well, is he saying leave them alone, like them being us, or them being everybody in this country?
You think he references the hundreds of people that went missing. He snaps his finger.
Okay.
Go back to your leash, brother. And he snaps his finger, and Will, you feel the power shunted out of you. You're still in your armor, but you feel the god that was in you shunt out of you like a bullet being shot through you. It is he, and you see that he looks at you and he lets out a. I think
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning in this moment.
As you cast,
I'm not gonna actually cast any lightning, but I'm going to summon.
Prepare
the
it. Yes, I get you.
Yeah.
He is going to look at you. And he is going to say, "Lightning ones do anything to save you now." And he whistles, and all of a sudden, you see that 24 other meteors crashes into the ground, and you see that his eyes glows green. As you see the 24 knights all basically do that. And as you see that in the front, right behind
Where are
him...
these meteors landing?
Yeah, there's 24 more meteors that just crashes into the ground right next to you guys. And what you see is...
Are they like smaller meteors? So they're just like...
They're smaller,
like
yeah, for sure, not even a doubt. But like, they aren't that big to begin with. So otherwise, they would do huge damage to the field around. Like,
right, but I guess what I'm asking is like he threatened us in a localized area, not like he blew up a city nearby.
He summoned
he didn't.
knights.
No. If he, I will tell you if he does that. Don't worry. And he.
Gotcha. Okay, so it was a localized threat. Okay, just to understand.
He looks at you. He does, and he looks at you. He does, and he summons. And you see his 24 knights stand up. They do. And as they do, you see that he raises his hand. You know, it's been a pleasure to... And you see that half of his... And you hear that... You hear the sound of a cane. Thump. Thump hit the ground. As you guys see an old man... stand off into the east, looking out over. Odin stands there, and this is where we're gonna end the session.
I don't see him. Wait, what?
Someplace. Oh, don't worry. We just see Odin, and Ibis is about to be just chosen.
Continue.
Ibis is about to be chosen.
Odin will die. I will murder it. No, I'm joking. I probably will. Maybe.
Odin will die.
Ibis will turn from God chosen to autistic chosen.
This is my favorite session to date. Not even a question. This
was a crazy one, I will say. This was kind of nuts.
I mean, I'm sorry, by the way, for summoning a dragon, but I feel like you asked for it. Sorry. I feel like you asked for Vorax to show up. I'm sorry. It's...
By summoning the dragon. So this was completely impromptu?
Yeah!
Absolutely.
No, I thought about this because I thought about this the other day. I was like... Wait, he's summoning something that is huge! A primordial dragon that is flying next to Ash Mountain! Shit!
Well, you chose where it was summoned from, so, you know...
Yes, I did. And the thing is that the 4 made it so that he spawned very close to Ash Mountain, which is why he was being closely monitored the entire time. I am a genius! I love myself!
If we're ending the session on that note, go ahead and play that soundtrack.
Alright.
It sounds like we're about to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me...
I feel like we're about to roll running time.
I think this is gonna be the first time where I'm just gonna say, run.
No, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm sprinting towards the things behind us and flying the fuck out of here.
Yep.
So... Fun thing, Beckon, did you notice that I rolled something to GM?
Did we stop the stream, by the way? Or
No, the stream is... Oh, bird. Oh, you poor bird.
Wait, what did you do now?
So...
I am not telling anyone.
No.
I am not telling anyone.
I'm gonna roll an insight on Ibis.
That's gonna be resolved next episode.
Thank you guys for joining us! Oh my god, this cliffhanger is the best one. I'm not even joking. This is gonna.
We'll see you guys in another month.
25!
Wait, who are you rolling this on, motherfucker? Like,
On me.
Nemesis!
It's gonna be noticeable next episode, don't worry.
Are you gonna remember it?
I'm gonna love what's gonna happen because I think I know. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm laughing.
I think I know too.
I now have to
don't
decide
like
24 stat blocks, guys! Woo!
Screw you!
Woo!
You chose to summon all of them.
I mean, he would! Why the fuck wouldn't he? It's genius!
Because we're not that strong. What do you mean?
I would be terrified
We're
right now.
strong
I mean,
enough.
you guys have
I'm
dragons!
trying to have him get less numbers, Bird. Shut the fuck up.
You have. I mean, I'm just
I'm
saying.
trying to even the fight in our direction.
I mean, I'm just saying, you have dragons. I'm
Yeah?
So, who knows? I mean, it's not like he has any dragon slayers on it. Oh, wait.
Nah, that thing is dead. What are you talking about?
Anyway, thank you
We
guys
killed him twice, we can do it again.
so much for.
I
No,
don't
it's not
as
Orticus.
being a draconic being, I don't like him being there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh.
I'm technically not draconic.
I mean,
And also
thank
am.
you guys so much for joining us, by the way. Everybody say goodnight! Thank you guys! This has been amazing! I mean,
Oh, good night to
I was going to give I'm gonna just put this way. I will be holding a watch party the entire week for this bullshit. So if anybody wants to rewatch it with me, I will be on at 3 AM, fucking 5 AM, and bullshit to watch this shit with you. Like, I will watch this shit with somebody at, like, at 2 AM in the morning. I don't give a fuck. And the rest of you, I'll watch, like, during the weekdays. I don't give a shit. This is gonna be amazing to rewatch, honestly. This is great. I'm so happy. Oh my god, I'm so excited for next week! Yay! Sorry.
By the way, beckon to,
Yeah?
sorry if I'm downplaying this now. We will have to do the thing with, Biggie and...
Yeah.
I am going to
and
do
Eva.
that, and I promise you, this has made it better. Cause I was going to hint, Biggie, Death was going to hint Dragonfire is going to leave you with Ruin. That is what I was gonna say, and oh my boy!
I guess I am the Dragonfire in this case.
I am a genius. I am a great writer. Oh my god, cause and effect, consequences. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I didn't get the cause. Well, I am the cause, but you know.
I don't know if the political stuff was good. I think it
No, I
was.
didn't listen.
I really liked it.
That is the most whitest dance you'll ever see.
The fucking,
Oh, hold on. No, no, hold on. Wait. Bear, join. Now.
Oh, Bear's here. That's crazy.
Oh my god, Bear is here now.
Bear's. Hey, Bear, you ready to
Hey,
die?
Bear! Voraxis, the main villain of the piece, just fucking showed up.
Who's Vorex?
The main villain.
Leave again.
Rurik does not know. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That's completely fine.
Bear,
Yeah,
you are...
Vorax is the big bad.
Okay, let me
Rurik
talk to
tries-
Bear quickly.
Hold on, Rurik tries to
Oh.
charge forward, but you'll have to drag me back because he has no fear.
I'm leaving him to die.
Ah! Just charges.
Pretty much.
I do want to
pretty
say
much
you
what
did
they do.
see him destroy an entire city.
Yeah.
This isn't
lovely.
even a joke. This is part of his character.
Bear,
Charge
do you
forward.
want to say anything to the rest of the... I will explain everything that has happened this episode, and it's been so... And you and me, we're going to do a special. We are.
Bird needs to be there too.
Yeah.
God.
With you and me, we're going to do a special with Bird. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
But yeah, Bear, I may have accidentally summoned the main villain.
Why would you?
I summoned 2 dragons, and the constant effect, he's now here.
To be fair, I was thinking to myself, should I do this right? But you got a 4, man. You got a fucking
Yeah,
4. You deserve this shit, honestly. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, a 4 on a D100, that's like a me roll. That's something I roll, okay?
On a D100.
I am so excited! Oh my god! I'm sorry, I can't hide it anymore. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. You know what? We're gonna call it off. I'm calling off. I'm ending the stream. Everybody say goodbye!
Goodbye! Goodbye!
Woo!